Hello everyone, welcome back to more Silksong. What a big surprise, it's another day, and, well, shouldn't really be a surprise at this point, but I am going to make my way through some more Silksong. Who knows how much more, but hopefully, at least a little bit of progress. Now I saw that apparently there's a patch coming out, or maybe it already did come out, that supposedly nerfs some early game... Are you alive? You're not, you're just a statue, that's right. Apparently there's a patch coming out or already out that nerfs some early game bosses and does some other things. I didn't look at the patch notes myself because I was afraid of spoilers. But yeah, I saw it mentioned by like some sort of news article. And the one bit of information that I did glean from that before I clicked away is that, yeah, apparently some early game bosses have been nerfed. I wonder which bosses. I wonder if we've even seen all of them. I would kind of hope that we have, but I can't really be sure. Because the thing is, I would like to still have fought the pre-patch versions of them. I don't know. Maybe they'll leave it as a separate Steam branch that you could go back to the previous version. I don't know. Or it could just be that it's only available as a beta right now, because I know there's like a beta branch with fixes to various issues. Fortunately, I haven't really run into any issues. But I'm sure some people have encountered bugs. Well, actual game-breaky bugs, not the characters in-game. But yeah, I'm glad we haven't been plagued by any such issues. We did find, like 1 or 2 funny things that happened, but none of them were really particular issues. In fact, they worked in our favor. Though again, not in such a way to cause us to miss out on anything. But yeah, last time we reached the Citadel, or no, well, technically we reached it even before last time at the end of the stream that was before the previous one. But we basically didn't do anything there. But yeah... Yesterday, we explored the entirety of the Underworks, or well, everything that we could in there. Then we explored these bits of the Coral Chambers. We also, like, warped up here. No, not to the Clockwork Core, although it does seem to be pretty close to what we explored. But yeah, we, like, took an elevator up here, and there was some sort of upper area that we didn't get to do much in, but it did exist over there. And we also know... Goodness me, this cursor moves slowly through the map. There might be a way to speed it up, who knows. But we also have a path, I want to say, yeah, over here. This leads to a whole different area. We went to like the top room of it, and then when we realized that it's a different area, we decided not to go there. But technically, I think that might be the area that this whole Underworks right side connects to. So I'm certainly curious to explore that. I'm interested, I'm intrigued, but I don't know if we want to go there immediately. Because we also, last time we got up here... Well, first of all, we encountered Lace in some sort of hallway. Was it here? Or was it somewhere here? I'm not quite sure, but at some point we encountered Lace, and then our new goal was here. So we reached here, and we fought some clockwork robots, which well, it was a fun fight. It was really fun. It was really cool how it kept speeding up the music in the background, and then the robots started moving not in sync, but like one by one. I guess they were still in sync, but you know, they weren't moving in parallel, so to speak. It was one and then the other. Each was moving on a separate beat. But then the fight ended. It was a fairly easy fight. I hope there's like a leveled up version of that somewhere. If not, like in the actual game world, hopefully at least in a God Home-like area. Who knows if that will actually be the case. But honestly, it really... Because like I remember we struggled a decent amount in the early game. Like I wouldn't say we really struggled, but you could feel that the game was way more challenging than Hollow Knight was at its start. But currently... I don't know, I feel like the game's gotten easier as we've progressed, which like, okay, sure, maybe I've gotten more used to Silksong now. I'm certainly more used to this pogo now. But, well, even then, interesting that it's gotten easier. I do wonder if there's just going to be some sort of brutal difficulty spike all of a sudden. Because you want a little bit of struggle. You see a lot of people like complaining, or at least pointing out that Silksong is difficult. And sure, yeah, the 2 mass damage was certainly a shock early on. But we've kind of gotten over that. I've seen a bunch of people complain... I guess I should actually start exploring, but I've seen a bunch of people complain about the long runbacks from benches to bosses, I suppose, or maybe not necessarily to bosses, but to other places, and I don't know, I'm not really sure that I've ever seen that even... Like, I don't think we've ever had that happen to us. Benches seem pretty... Oh, what's the music doing? It's sounding pretty intense. What? Is this just like the regular music in this area? Wow, this is very different from like any of the other background music. It's got this sort of slightly clockworky theme. with its tick-tocks and these sort of hard knocks in it almost. Very interesting. I've completely forgotten what I was saying. Oh yeah, like our runbacks from benches haven't really been very long. I think the longest one we had was maybe yesterday when I died in the underworks, I think. Yeah, I died in this room and then I had to run all the way from this bench. I guess not to this outer edge, but yeah, all the way from this bench to over here. But if you look at that, that's not a long run at all. And then I had to do it twice because I'm a fool and I never went up here to get that bench because I thought it might be a trap. But yeah, like that wasn't even such a long run back. And that was probably the longest run that I've had to do. Overall, the benches seem pretty close to places. So I don't know if people have just been like missing benches. Kind of like I did with this one. Maybe they just go the wrong way and then don't end up getting a bench that would have made their life easier. Or maybe they just find the way back so much harder because they struggle with the enemies that just patrol around. I'm not sure, but in any case, I haven't really had an issue with runbacks. So let's actually explore this new. Have I fought you before? I feel like you're a slightly different version of a clockwork enemy. Yeah, I think that's a new entry. Cogwork choir bug, bug forged of iron, rotor, and cog. The automaton works tirelessly to maintain the core that houses it. Yeah, just another one of these fixer robots. I can't help but get distracted by this music. It's again, it's just so very different from any of the other background music that we've heard in this game. Look at all these cogs turning. And also, this is a whole new area. This is the Cogwork core, which we kind of just happened to enter. It's also very interesting that it's like surrounded by the coral chambers, if you look at it. So this vertical segment is the Clockwork core, I guess right at the center here. But then to its left and to its right, it's got another area, which is the same, like, you know, it's the same area that surrounds it. It's not like it's sandwiched between two different areas. So that's interesting. It sort of like pokes into the coral, whoa, coral chambers. That's a new type of enemy. You shoot out spikes pretty damn far. Let's try to attack you from below. I don't think you've got any defense against that, actually. That's hilarious. Okay. Cogwork crawler. Automaton built in the shape of a scuttling bug. Its back contains retractable pins intended to cut song cylinders free of any obstructions. Song cylinders. I don't know that I fully know what that is, but sure. Hopefully they do a good job at that. And hopefully they don't cut me free of any obstructions. Is there anything up there? Curious. I wonder if I could... Whoops. I wonder if I could pogo with my diagonal pogo up this thing. We could, of course, equip the Crest of the Wanderer. And I'm sure that would make this easier. Or even that other quest. Dang it. How did I bounce so directly up there? Like, that was almost a vertical... Oh, that's interesting. I, like, died while I wasn't even in the cog. Did you see that? I was like sort of bouncing upwards. Hold on, I'm kind of curious. I'll go back to the bench and we'll try that pogo again. That will probably respawn the enemies. And this isn't really the way to make fast progress through the game. But that is not the main goal anyway. I'm just kind of curious. Whoops. Oh, you just keep going. Wow. You do not stop. That's fine. I guess you don't need to. Ooh, we can also deal with you by doing a pogo like that. That's fine. That's quite welcome, actually. We can attack you from any direction, and it doesn't even need to be a fully vertical strike. I'm just very curious about if this pogo is doable. I feel like it must be. Yeah, there you go. Wonderful. Okay, so that's all we need to do. I'm very curious to see if people are already working on or will soon start working on some sort of Kaiser mod. Although, well, I don't know. I guess we haven't even necessarily found the White Palace or Path of Pain thing in this game. What's equivalent to those? I don't know if there even is one, but surely there must be, right? There's no way they don't put something like that in here. And of course, the Citadel so far has already been sort of reminiscent of White Palace. It certainly started incorporating some familiar elements, but I feel like the difficulty is not quite the same as White Palace. Yeah, you just keep going. As long as we know that, we'll be fine. We can deal with that. Maybe I should have gone left, because that seems like an entirely bonus area. Although, I guess down here is also bonus. And, you know what? I wasn't thinking of it, but this is in line with my strategy of making sure we explore one screen entirely. Oh, that steam is gonna burst into me if I'm not careful. What are you? You're just a giant kettle. Excuse me. Are you not aware that this game is about bugs and not kitchen implements? Cogwork Cleanser, a steam-shooting automaton forged to clean the clockwork core and keep it free of infestation. Interesting. I hope you don't think of me as an infestation, my good robot person. Whoa! Did you hear that? Not like anything particularly important happening in game, but what that music did? That little ding 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 thing. I am still trying to pay more attention to the music after my comment last stream, or at the beginning of last stream. I'm trying to pay attention and not completely talk over it all the time. And we'll see if that works. What is that moving in the background? Like something's moving past us, or I guess it's rather rotating, but what is it? Like what are those curves and things in there? Oh, and they're like 4 vertically stacked, well, not necessarily 4, but there's some sort of vertically stacked orbs rotating around it as well. I wonder what is going on over there. I can use you to pogo up, but does that really matter? Yeah, this place definitely has some White Palace vibes. Look at all these cogs that basically function as saw blades. Now I can go bottom right. I can also go bottom left, and I could also go pogoing upwards here. I'm not sure which is the most interesting direction at the moment. Ouch, that is certainly a mistake gonna have to pogo like that. Oh, we're gonna want to get rid of you. I can just make this jump. I didn't quite realize that before. Okay, so I need to make sure I don't stay above... Oof! Alright, I don't stay above it, but I also need to make sure I don't diagonal pogo right into it. This room somehow feels way larger than I thought it was. Okay, maybe this, and we're dead. That is not the safer approach. Oh, I could also go to that wall on the left. Yes. Yeah, it's interesting. This feels like White Palace, but it also... I don't know. In a way, it feels slightly easier in terms of like what the actual... in terms of the actual platform placements and the challenges that they ask you to do. But then... I don't know. They also do deal double damage. Which certainly... I don't know. I guess it doesn't increase the inherent difficulty of the challenge, but it does mean you can fail less. So it's interesting. I don't know if at the end of the day this will feel more or less difficult than White Palace. And of course White Palace on its own isn't... Did you just bounce into each other? White Palace on its own isn't that difficult. Like, Path of Pain is the real challenge. White Palace... oh, you don't run all the way. I thought you'd... I'm gonna lose all my rosaries. I'm gonna... No! Stay away from me. I must get my rosaries back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here I am talking about... No, nope, you will not. You will do no such thing. Get over here. And I will perhaps gain a little bit of soul. Here we go, talking about this place not being as difficult as White Palace, and I'm immediately eating my words. I don't know, I feel like the platforming challenges on their own in White Palace were more difficult, but the way that you need to pogo on these saws feels trickier. Perhaps it's just because of the diagonal pogo. I'm not sure. I still didn't get enough soul to heal from that. That's crazy. There's gonna be a guy climbing on this wall. I can at least get a little bit of soul. I almost fell in there. It's fine. It's fine. I can get a little bit of soul off of you. And maybe I don't even need to go back to the bench. Maybe we can simply gain our soul back. That certainly got a bit scary there, though. Have you fallen into a spike? You have not. Oh, well. I spoke a bit too soon. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna risk it. We're not gonna go back to the bench to heal. That's just silly. Okay, so we've got a blocked off path there. We cannot go that way. It's interesting, the background music here, because it's obviously got this clock theme, but sometimes you almost don't even notice it, I feel, and then sometimes it's very apparent. It kind of depends on like what state your mind is in. Sort of the same way how you can look at that that one dress. What is it like? Is it white and black or blue and gold, or no? Is it blue and black and white and gold? Yeah, I think that was the question. Yeah, it sort of feels like looking at that dress almost. I don't know. Maybe I'm not making any sense at all. And it certainly isn't that extreme. But yeah, sometimes it just sounds like this is normal music, and then you look at the clocks, look at the cogs all around you, and then you listen to the music and you hear that it's doing all of these clockwork noises. It's got a whole lot of clockwork thematics going on. Whoops. I'm trying to figure out which direction to go first. I mean, first of all, we'll get our silk back. I guess I should go bottom right and then start climbing up. It's just that the whole climbing up direction seemed very interesting. Mostly because of the fun buzzsaw platforming that it seemed to require. I imagine I've been to the left, right? I'm really not making fast progress. Let's get going. Yeah, I pogoed on these. Ouch. I feel like I'm very prone to just jumping around the same area and talking about absolute nonsense. Yeah, so we'll check out this direction and then we climb up the right side and that should cover the whole area pretty well. That is almost certainly a door that opens from the right side. We've got some more propellers in the background. Yeah, I've mentioned this already, but I do think it's interesting how there are like way more advanced mechanisms visible in this game. Who are you? Oh, of course those are spiky. Wait, could I trap myself? Oh, I could trap myself between there. Hold on. You're a bit scary, I have to say. You're bouncing around a bit like Marmot. Why does that deal double damage? Why do you deal double damage? Why does everything deal double damage? Stop it! Oh, that's why they deal double damage, because there's freaking spiky spinners. Uh-oh. Oh my god, you bounced up. I'm not quite sure how to deal with you, to be honest. And we're dead. Whew. Sometimes you see an enemy and they're just bouncing around the arena in such an intimidating manner that you don't even know how to approach it. Just hover in the corner and get hit every once in a while and then all of a sudden you're dead. Anyway, watch this. We're gonna make it back so fast without taking a single hit of damage. Silksong, no damage run begins here. Oh, well, not quite. Surely you will at least give me my silk back. At least we've got some relatively simple enemies around here. This guy crawling on the wall should be absolutely enough to get our silk back. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the fact that you essentially have only 3 hit points at all times, because everything deals double damage, that kind of, ouch, that kind of ends up meaning that you need to be very careful. Like the tiniest amount of recklessness can end up with you being dead in a very short amount of time. Oh, you've fallen off. That wasn't exactly my intention. Have you just run into cogs, my friend? Have you just ended up in a spinning cog of death? Don't stay away. And by that I mean do stay away. Yeah, you just walked into that. You'd think you'd be a bit more knowledgeable about the dangers of this area, given that this is where you reside. In fact, it's your job to fix these cogs. How are you not aware of the dangers? I don't know that these robots here are qualified to actually be fixing this whole area. Okay. I can get my cocoon back. Now, what I could, of course, do is I could rotate this and get out of this room entirely, I imagine. And maybe we want to do that? Oof. But not like this. Okay, you know what? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna run down, I'm gonna heal, and we will try to defeat you. Just because I'd want to do that anyway. I imagine I can probably hit these back at you also. Ouch. I need to get better at following your bouncy pattern. And by following, I mean following it in terms of following it with my eyes and brain and telling where it's gonna go. Oh my goodness, stay away from me with those. Hello, where are you? Yes? Oh, I could have dashed down there. That's right, we have a down dash ability, and since I had just clung on a wall, I should have had a dash back there. Okay, last time my run back without taking damage actually didn't end up being a run without taking damage, and apparently neither did this one. Hold on. I'm trying to avoid that. Yes, that thing that just happened, I was trying to avoid that. You running into that spike was not good for me, because I wanted to heal from the silk that I get from you. That's fine. Totally fine. I keep getting caught off guard by this music. I don't know. Something about it. Something about it just keeps striking some sort of chord within me, I suppose. Alright, let's try this rotatey thing again. And again, I don't know, maybe I should try to open this door and like go through it before I... yeah. This really does seem like the kind of boss where you just need to figure out what the pattern is like. This might open up a shortcut down below. Oh, hello. Oh, that's just a normal little bug. I didn't even need to push you into the steam, you died so fast. Uh-oh. Everything's fine. There's probably not a secret up there. Okay, open this up. Surely that's a permanent-ish shortcut? It is, actually. Okay, I said that thinking that it wasn't going to be so, but it's not. That's not the case. Okay. Well, this does seem like mostly a dead-end area, so perhaps I explore this direction. Although, the problem is, if I die over here, and that big guy is still around, then that means to get back, I need to make sure I get past the big guy alive. In order... Oh my god, if I want to get my stuff back. Ooh! I guess I didn't need to do that running start for that jump, but I wanted to. Ooh, it's another spool fragment. We're gonna go back and defeat that creature over there. Did that actually fill up a new spool thing? I think it might have done. And I think it's our spool things. Oh, we haven't actually looked at our quest screen. Right, so these are the 3 melodies that we were told about. Conductor's Melody, Architect's Melody, and Vault Keeper's Melody. Yeah, because we had 3 mysterious, gloomy, spooky figures tell us that they want us to play 3 melodies or something along those lines. I could check my notes, which I will. I wrote them down in some sort of separate, more important section, didn't I? We would hear the song, we would hear the voice, we would hear the melody, right? And so they want to hear those things, and I guess we will somehow go about arranging that for them. Right, this room is probably all good. I somehow doubt that they'll give us anything other than a spool fragment here. Silly hornet falling into steam like that. I do wonder if you can jump out of those things that deal 2 damage, not as one single hit, but rather as two separate ticks of damage. I feel like you should be able to avoid that. We've already found out that you can parry such attacks. Now also, wasn't there something to the right? I fear I might have missed something. Oh, watch out. Okay, that's simply a dead end. If I go up here, I can't go left, of course, because that door was only openable from a different side. These are fairly simple bugs, although again, well, or as might be expected, they deal double damage. Double damage is the new 1 damage, really. Everything's affected by inflation, even the amount of damage that enemies deal in video games, apparently. Although this is in the past, so never mind, that doesn't even make sense. I guess the enemy damage actually deflates over time. Enemies get weaker. Although, that, of course, doesn't make any sense in terms of the in-game world, because this is a separate kingdom. So I don't see why the enemy damage would be linked at all. I'm just spouting nonsense again, of course. That's what? Wait, what? The door is open from this side? I guess it stayed open. Yeah, I guess it stays open after you've opened it all the way. Well, I could be a coward and just stay in that tunnel. And well, maybe I will do that. I'm not sure. It certainly is a very convenient hiding spot. Especially when the whole arena gets covered by these spinny things. But I feel like we might want to take a slightly different approach. Ugh! Again, as usual, the issue is everything deals double damage. And to an extent, I suppose it's compensated for by the fact that you heal more at once, but the thing is, those heals still consume a large amount of your soul, or silk, whatever. They consume a large amount of your healing resource, so it's not like you just get to heal more. So yeah, you can heal a lot more at once in less time. You do win on time, and you do not need to be on the ground standing still. Well, I guess you still need to be still, but you can be in there. Why does every enemy fall into spikes? I need your silk. I don't even know how I'm getting any silk from these creatures, because I realized that with... Kind of funny how they just bounce into each other. I realized that with Hornet, apparently there's some sort of crazy mixing of silk and soul that they are combined in Hornet. But yeah, I don't know how we're getting either... Well, okay, never mind. I guess silk does make sense, because these enemies are probably controlled by silk. So never mind. Ignore what I'm saying. It's so hilarious that these guys just walk into the buzzsaw, so that filled up our hunter's journal. Is that actually intentional? I'm not sure that it is. Clockwork wire bug. Its core is filled with fine mechanisms, but that alone should not produce such a convincing mimic of life. Silk must also be used to animate this artifice, though exactly how I am not sure. Yeah, that's what I... Good thing I got that out before I read that entry, because yeah, of course, silk would be used to animate them. Is that bug crawling backwards? Excuse me? Could have sworn that upper bug, like that vertically crawling blug, sure. New creature just dropped. We're calling them blugs. Specifically, if a bug can move vertically at all, by even a millimeter, we're calling them blugs. Why? Just so no one thinks I said that word by accident. Blug. Hello, Dragon Garland. Yeah, we're making important. What is that? What is the like science of investigating bugs? Entomology. New entomological discoveries is what we are making here. Where's the boss? What? Or, well, not the boss. The big strong guy who was bouncing around here. What do you mean? Do they not respawn if you've opened this door already? No, but wait, hold on a minute. Oh, that's not good. Is this, like, meant to happen? How do I get them in my hunter journal if they're not dead? You're kidding me. No. Ah. Okay. I don't quite know what to make of that, but I guess we don't need to go in that direction. I will write that down. I also wrote down that rhino thing that we didn't get an entry for because they just ran away. Actually, let me see. Where is the rhino beetle? Rhinoceros beetle. There we go. So another potentially missed big round bouncy guy in the bottom right of Clockwork Core. Yeah, because they just disappeared, which is very odd. I do wonder if that's intentional, and I still wonder if that rhino beetle will show up somewhere else. It would be quite odd if they just let you miss Hunter Journal's entries because you did things in a different order. Then I guess you needed to. But I suppose Hollow Knight also has Hunter Journal entries that you can miss, but I feel like most of them, or well, all of them, like when you can forever miss a Hunter Journal entry, it's one that isn't required for completion. But even if the Rhinoceros beetle and this big guy aren't required for 100%, it still feels a bit sad if we've missed them. Again, I don't know that we have. It could very well be that we encounter them somewhere else. I can't tell when these bugs decide to like dash all the way across the platform and when they don't. Hold on, what am I doing? I already figured out that you need to go to this wall. Ouch, what am I doing? I go to the wall and then I cease looking at the ceiling, or well, just in general where I'm going. That's fine. We only need one hit anyway. I realize we have 2 HP, but in this game, that does mean one hit. Not one hit point, but one hit is absolutely what that means. This almost feels a bit like that one room in Path of Pain. That one vertical room. Feels quite similar. If I jump to the left, I can't quite tell if I would reach that cog and get hit by it or not. Was there a thing to the right? I'm not sure. I could pogo that gear that's moving up and down, or I could pogo this gear on the left too. That feels pretty risky, and I guess I shouldn't do it with my current amount of health, but I'm kind of curious to figure out if that works. Actually, since we just unlocked the path back to our bench, I guess I will go try that. I'll go heal at the bench and then... Ooh! Stay away from me, you deal double damage as everything else. These little guys are so goofy. Why do they exist in this clockwork... Uh-oh, I'm dead. Why do they exist in this clockwork area if they keep running into the buzzsaws? Or, cogs, sorry. Sheesh. No similarity to buzzsaws. Any similarity to real buzzsaws, perceived or something. What is that? How does that same disclaimer go again? I don't know. In any case, any similarities to real buzzsaws are purely coincidental. These are just very simple clockwork cogs. Don't know why you would ever think that they're buzzsaws. Anyway, I am back here now, and I want to see if we can poke off of this left cog to get onto the platform, because that feels like it must be doable. Really? Are we sure that it isn't? I feel like it would be pretty risky. Because it seems like if we poke on the upper part, then we just collide with the platform above us. So it also almost seems like you need to go poke off of the lower part, if that even can be done. And we're gonna die again. Okay, maybe that's not doable. Or maybe it is, but just barely. Or maybe you need to kind of maneuver your position around it a bit more cleverly. That's fine, whatever. We don't need to figure that out right now. Could you avoid jumping into cogs for just a moment? I need health from you. Yes, I realize we could go back to the bench. But where's the fun in that? We need to risk things a bit. I guess we're not risking anything since we're near a bench anyway. Oh well. And that's how that ended. It's not like no one saw that coming. I don't know what affects how many notches of silk I get back automatically. Because I have some sort of ability that regenerates silk for me without me having to hit enemies, but I'm not sure what that is. Is that what the silk hearts are? Do I have 2 of those? I guess we can go check. Silk hearts, where would those even be? I think there, if I go here, it shows me? No, I have 1 apparently. Whoops, didn't really need to heal right now, but sure, why not? Okay, let's actually keep going. Oh! Didn't quite realize they were on our track. Of course, I should have realized that, given that you can see the track. But, well, I guess I couldn't, or I didn't notice it at least. So we can go right. I guess we will. We'll climb up further through this room later. I should look before I leap. I genuinely just wasn't even looking at Silksong as I was dashing into this gap. That's fine. We only need 4 HP. We need no more than that. You're a new enemy, actually. What are you? Have you got a fork? Like some sort of a grilling poker? I think that's what you've got equipped. Did I need to aggravate that flying enemy right now? Ugh. You all are very happy to deal double damage to me, I am sure. Oh! Oh no! And we're dead. No, actually, we had 3 health. We're totally safe. We're gonna defeat this enemy without dying. Watch this. We will not end up back at the bench in about 2 seconds. Dude, okay, hold on. Clearly my strategy isn't working at all. I like how I did the same move 5 times in a row expecting something to go different. I guess I just thought I'd pogo a little bit faster. Let's try that again. Oh, okay. And again, like, I realize that people, or well, some people are complaining about the difficulty of Silksong. And I can understand that, I suppose. Especially, of course, like as I said before, Silksong is definitely harder to get into than Hollow Knight. Like if you haven't already conquered Hollow Knight pretty thoroughly, I think Silksong is going to be a tough challenge for you. But so like I can certainly understand if you complain about the double damage and all that, but I just don't understand how people complain about the runbacks from the benches. Because again, I feel like almost every time the runback from the bench is very short. You almost always have a bench pretty damn close to where you died. It almost feels like the runbacks are shorter than in Hollow Knight. Especially early game, the benches are right next to each other, and I feel like what a lot of people have been having trouble with is the early game. I'm not sure, of course. Okay, come on. What I need to do is after I trigger you to do that, I need to just pogo very fast. That's what I was trying to do last time, but I guess I was maybe too close to start off with. Oh, and I can also do that. There we go. Sheesh. No reason to have so much trouble with this enemy. Cogwork Defender. Cogwork construct, forged primarily for the core's protection, bears a shield and poke pin, and possesses a lethal understanding of their use. Well, I guess it did end up being lethal for us at least one time. I'd say it's more... Yeah, their name is the Defender, and I would say their defense is pretty good. The way they just put up that shield real fast. That was certainly quite impressive. Oh! This should lead into that horizontal path, should it not? Yeah, we opened up this horizontal path back in the coral chambers previously. Huh, so that means that that left room there might actually get left unexplored. Why are we rotating this again? No, stop it. This is not what we need. We have had access to both the top and the bottom parts of this. What we currently need is a horizontal tunnel. Don't hit that lever, we already know what it does. So I wonder if this might grant us access to that stage. There was a stage that was supposedly putting on some sort of performance, but we were not allowed to access it. I do hear someone singing, or I guess speaking in a very impressive melodious tone. These little crawly creatures love showing up a lot. What? I wasn't expecting just one needle swing to launch this platform so far. Hello? Okay. We don't have a map for this. Oh, and this is leading towards one of the goals, actually. So that's how we'd get here. I see. Oh, and is this being here, is this a problem? Like, would I have wanted to go left? Is this a fight? Would I have wanted to go left from here? In any case, it seems like we can't now. I wonder if I can slide that platform back to the right. You are a boss fight, for sure. Okay. We get the silk shot across the arena again, same way as we did with the clockwork dancers. Oh, never mind. This might not be a boss. I guess... Wait! This is the performance! We've got like a choir singing in the background. Oh. And I guess that figure that we can see the silhouette of, I guess they were the one that we heard chanting. And all of a sudden, that's gotten real quiet. For some reason, I thought whoever was chanting was below us, because I thought that's also where the stage was. Why am I taking so much damage? That's silly. At least these ones haven't dealt double damage yet. Wait, when did that little pilgrim get killed? Not that I'm complaining. Oh yeah, you're the one that like actually uses a needle and thread. You like fling the thread around. That's pretty fun. Oh, we don't want to get hit by that hoppy guy. That's not gonna be healthy for us. Ooh, speaking of hoppy guy, there he goes a hopping. Why have I jumped into you? Not a very good approach by me, if I dare say so myself. Okay, we've got lots of flying enemies now. Might make it hard to stay away and get a heal off, but also perhaps not. Okay, I don't know. I don't think I did that nail hit on purpose, but it sure worked for me, parrying that projectile, or I guess just hitting it away. Not exactly a parry move. Hello, should I be using my tools? I guess I can. Oh, you blocked it. That's kind of cool. Very cool of you to do. And I mean it. I'm not being sarcastic. What? Your corpse just disappears. That's awfully rude of you. Or, I don't know. Is that rude? I think it's rude to just vanish into thin air when you die. Uh-oh. Yeah, you look at that. The Silkstorm can also take care of some like smaller projectiles, like if they're about to be near you. Wow, and that actually had some pretty good range. I wonder if you can increase the range of your Silkstorm. I've always only thought about increasing the damage of spells, but I guess increasing the range might also be an upgrade. Although, again, I don't think we've gotten any spell upgrades yet. I don't know if that's even a thing, because obviously Hornet isn't going to be compatible with Void upgrades, like the Knight was in Hollow Knight. But, of course, it could be that we get some sort of Dark Silk ability, or I don't know. I'm sure Team Cherry could figure something out if they wanted to give you an upgrade. Okay, and now the main... Are you sure you were the one that was singing? It doesn't seem like you have anywhere in your body where you could fit lungs. Have you got lungs? Do you need them? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't you who was singing. And whoever's singing right now, well, lots of someone's by the sound of it. I don't think that's who was singing before, because that was a deeper voice that we heard. Okay, who are you? Vault Keeper. High caste bug, responsible for delivering sermons and leading prayer for those beyond the walls of the Whispering Vaults. Do we know what the Whispering Vaults is? Maybe that's where we are? Let's see, has that place been mentioned? Whispering... Vault? We would hear the voice of the keepers within their grand vaults. Okay, so perhaps then that's where we're going. Yeah, because this was also the Vault Keeper, right? What was your name again? We just read it. Vault Keeper. That is what your name was. Cool. Oh, and I forgot to play my needle in. Whatever, that's just gonna happen. There will be plenty of lore that we miss out on simply because I forgot to play the needle in or it just seemed too dangerous. And that's acceptable. We don't need to extract every single bit of lore from this game. Although I'm not too happy that we're just all of a sudden in a new area. Whoa! Okay, can I keep hitting this leftward? Okay, thank goodness no. I would have trapped myself off if I did that. Yes, but I will run back for just a moment. I was almost about to try to Crystal Dash, but that's not an ability that we have. That's fine, Hornet runs plenty fast on her own. Ouch, that is a terrible height to start pogoing. Of course, we could have done... Oh my goodness, what are you doing? Or what am I doing, rather? Why? I guess that's one way to get back over here to this area. I could risk it and try to fill in the rest of this room without getting my stuff back, but perhaps that's not quite what we want to do. Have I opened up the path from here? I have not. There we go. Well, that's a reason to come back here, is it not? Let's then... Whoa, oh my goodness. Try to make our way slowly back here. Wait, this isn't even the correct direction. Here, though. That's better. Can we get the funny cogs back? Thank you. Okay, so I will go here. We simply need to make our way past the funny guard enemy. Whoops, that's fine. We take one hit of damage, then we go here. Hey, look at that. You don't even need to complete the cog challenge. You can simply skip the platforming challenge by dying and then spawning on the other side. Isn't that hilarious? Okay, so I will climb to the top of this room just to see what the top right part holds for me, and then also the left entrance. And then I will feel comfortable exploring the vault part. Although it does seem like, even though the Citadel is divided into a surprising amount of sub-areas, those sub-areas on their own aren't all that large. So it in terms of how it feels, it still feels more like one large singular location rather than this combination of smaller places. What? How did I end up in those spikes? That's a bit odd. And there? Hello? I think you need to pogo quite precisely then. Because, like, I clearly pogoed there and my needle hit the thing. You can hear the clink. And I guess this happens in Hollow Knight sometimes too, but there I don't know, in those cases you eventually learn to see that you are, you know, you were too low at the time of the pogo, or you still had like downwards momentum, which caused you to end up in the spikes anyway. And perhaps something similar is happening here, some sort of nuance of the pogoing that I'm simply not understanding yet. But it does seem like if you pogo just slightly wrong or in the slightly wrong direction, then you simply do not get a proper bounce. Oh, this is a wall. I just didn't see it for some reason. I thought it was part of the background, even though it's very clearly not. So I was trying to figure out how I'm gonna pogo on those buzzsaws on the wall, and if that's truly what they expect me to do here. Okay, how about we listen to Hornet's advice and try to get good and not move so slowly through here. We need to be confident about the platforming here. Yeah, look at this. No more floating. Yeah, to be honest, the Drifter's Cloak, it might seem like it helped you, because it, you know, you can stall in there for ages. And even get horizontal gliding distance. But I almost feel like it makes you rely on it too much, and then you're complicating a movement that would and should have been actually pretty simple. Where does this lead? Hopefully not to another entrance, to a new area. That is not what we need right now. Oh no, that is precisely where it leads. Oh, we can't go to the right though. Again, I didn't realize this was like blocking me. Why am I unable to notice the elements that are on my current layer? Interesting. Well, this is very clearly blocked off then. And that's nice. So we know if we wanted to go up, we could go this way, and if we want to go right, we could go down and to the right. Big surprise. If you want to go right, you can do that. Incredible. More scientific discoveries at 11. But yeah, I guess we'll explore this bottom part first. And I do wonder if I want to go, like... I wonder if I... Whoa! I wonder if I want to get those 3 current main quest goals first. Or if I maybe want to try to explore this bonus area down here. And I'm still very curious about the mist. And we never got a map for the Bilewater even. So there are still a lot of things to do. I feel like we need to get a double jump at some point soon. Because we've seen so many places that seem to need it. Of course, it might not be double jump. It might be some other ability that grants us vertical ascension. It might not be a mid-air double jump. It could be some entirely different thing. But my point is, we've seen places that make me think of a double jump. Hold on. I've explored the top of this room, right? We just kind of fought there and came down. There wasn't a path leading to the right that I missed out on. Seemingly not, yeah. Trying to play my needle in, but that's not happening. Wait, are these like seats to watch the stage, and that in the back is the stage? I don't think I even realized that before. I guess the stage seemed pretty small and I only saw like 1 row of seats. But that might simply be because the other seats are behind these rows. Whispering Vaults. Yes, I can hear the whispering. Uh-oh. Someone in the background music is not listening. They are very clearly singing. How silly. Did no one tell them that this was meant to be the Whispering Vaults? Who are you? You're not going to give me a map, are you? Nope. Well, I don't know. You might be giving me a map. You might be about to do such a thing. But I don't think it's going to be of your own accord. Fun jumps. You look kind of cool. You're gonna jump? You're not? Well, you might still. Oh, you can reach pretty far across this gap, actually. At least you don't cross there. Or, yeah, at least you don't cross over. But you can certainly put in a pretty good effort at trying to reach me. Why am I like this? Of course you deal double damage. Was that double damage or was I just on 1 health? I think it was double damage. As usual. Probably good to just assume that everything it deals double damage. Crazy. Somewhat crazy to say that, you know, that in a sentence with as usual. But that really has been the norm in Silksong so far. Where am I going? I need to climb up. So, why, pray tell, am I going downwards? Slightly counterproductive. Why? Oh, I need to go back to my bench. I must. We take the... Oh, wait. And I also completely forgot to explore that left area. Hang on a minute. That's also quite silly. Now I wonder if I dare explore that left area without going back to the right. Do I risk it? Do I risk my rosaries? Of course, we've got plenty of silk eaters, so maybe we should just use them. But again, I think those are the kind of item that you simply keep with you and you never use And at the end of the game, you have nothing to do with them. I think that's the kind of thing. Whoops. So much for me getting my soul back. We're gonna go sit on the bench. Which should be right nearby. I like how I started the episode off by saying that, like, you know what? I feel like Silksong's been getting easier as we go along. And again, I don't think this area is particularly stressful or difficult, simply because, I don't know, we've got benches quite nearby. And it's really not that hard to gain soul. It's just, as usual, the double damage is making everything... it means everything can fall apart real quick. You take 2 silly hits and then that's that. You're kind of done. Whoops. I didn't actually mean to dash out of the screen there. Oh, you're kidding me. But you don't always get what you want. What is this? Cogwork spine. Spherical winged automaton housing many sharp spikes. That's not that many. That's like 8 spikes. You can do better, surely. When's the new model with like 16? Oh well. We managed to deal with 8 spikes. Oh, hold on. Almost certainly this is going to connect to a separate area on the left, isn't it? If this leads to a screen transition, this better not be a boss fight. Oh god. If we start running low on health, I think I will use my silk thing. But actually, of course, the real answer is we will not take a single hit of damage. Just watch. Just watch me. Every time I've said that before, that has definitely worked out. Interesting. Moving platforms. This reminds me of the Colosseum. Definitely a good place to enter without your rosaries on you. Oh, good. Oh, good. This is what I mean by things going wrong very fast. They can just do that. When things deal double damage... Oh, God. If I fall into the spikes, it's all over. Whew. Come on. Thank you. I can heal. This was very risky. I could have lost my rosaries. Not that we have a large amount. We already lost some yesterday. So we don't exactly have the greatest amount of rosaries on us. But there we go. We even managed to heal here. Oh my god, don't end up in the steam. I would like to heal again. Oh! Hold on, you're not gonna keep coming this way, are you? Yeah, you can sort of encourage these enemies to stay back by just hitting them. They're not very inclined to follow you. They don't pursue you that aggressively. I keep thinking that steam's gonna hit me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is not good. I was just thinking that I should use my silk thing. Oh, we're gonna die. Do I use my silk thing? Guess I might as well. Oh, wait, but does that need to be equipped? No, it doesn't. To retrieve a cocoon after falling in battle. Yeah, whatever, we'll just do it. Did I just consume all of them? Well, good timing. It's not that hard to dice constantly. Yeah, but you can get back to where you were really easily. So isn't that really hard? They give you benches everywhere. I guess except in the underworks. They don't give you benches very freely there. Oh, stay away from dude. What? Can we stop with the double damage? Okay, so let's see if the Silk Eater even worked. I guess we'll find out. Again, it's not like we had a huge amount of rosaries, so it's not really a... Oh, hey, yeah, look, my... Well, no, never mind. That doesn't mean anything. I was gonna say, hey, look, my cocoon's over there to the left. But that doesn't mean anything. It would be there regardless of whether I'd gotten my previous rosaries back. A new cocoon would spawn over here anyway. Don't dash into the spikes. Alright. Ouch. Oh, that's not... You know what? 126 rosaries isn't exactly nothing. So I'm glad I used the Silk Eater. It's really funny how I used it like just barely in time. Okay, how about I start hitting the enemies with my attacks actually? Okay, watch this. Hitless run guaranteed! The hitless run ended almost as soon as I said the words. As it usually goes. That's how these things tend to happen. Could I... No, this doesn't fly through you, does it? Yeah, I can only hit one of you at once with that poison thing. There we go, that's one of you. I'm gonna... No, well, no, perhaps I'm not. Uh-oh. Now I'm gonna heal. I was going to use my Silk Storm or Threat Storm. What the hell's that thing called? My special move. I was gonna use that there, but apparently I'm instead losing health and need to use my Silk for healing. Ooh, new entry. Cogwork Spine. I cannot decipher its function to the greater core. Is it built for defense? If so, its passivity seems far from optimal. Yeah, good question. How do these help? Because there are these robots that go around fixing things, but and of course there are guards who fight us and protect this place, but what on earth does that spiky thing do? I think they just wanted to make a fun little circular spiky character. By they, I of course mean the creators of the Citadel and not Team Cherry. Although... I'm sure they didn't mind making the spiky character. How did I... Okay. How did I manage that just then? That's fine. 2 health is all you need as long as you don't fall into spikes, because if you do, you'll be dead instantly. And if you get hit by that attack... Yeah, 2 health is all you need as long as you don't get hit by anything, essentially. In Silksong, that's how things are. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna try to get rid of at least one of you. There we go. And another. There we go. Heal. That platform... Oh, it's not even gonna leave. Now, here's the phase where we died before. But worry not. I'll show you how easy it is to deal with this enemy. They're just a bit fast with their shield, and pretty good at striking back at you real fast. But that's no reason to die to them like we did previous. Oh no, 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 no. The ceiling is really what gets me. The freaking cog in the ceiling. Oh, I'm lucky that didn't hit me. The cog in the ceiling is the worst part of this arena, I think. The most dangerous for me, certainly. I need to pay attention to it and make sure I don't poke into it. Although, maybe I should instead incorporate it into my strategy. I'm sure I could get some enemies to fly into it if I poke them upwards. Oh, that's not good. It's also not bad. Because we have the silk to heal from it. As long as they don't... You know what I just thought of? They could start throwing silk stealing enemies at us. I think we've seen like 1 or 2 enemies that steal silk. That actually drain silk from you. It was the wraiths. And I guess of course the maggots. But the maggots are barely enemies. They're just more of a hazard. An environmental hazard. Also, it's interesting how they changed this arena. Because we're just fighting the same guy. We previously fought this guy and a different person at the same time. But this time, of course... they made the arena more difficult. Oh, well. There we go, we did it. Perhaps we died a couple more times than would have been ideal. Yes, but I don't want to go left from here, I don't think. It seems to me that that would lead me to an area that I don't want to be in yet, or that I don't want to explore. I would rather go to the right. What was the path upward? It seemed like, wasn't there a path up? Ah, well. Currently, it appears to instead be a path down. So this means we've got a bunch of different directions to go. Since we already almost started I can't speak. Since we already almost started exploring the rightward direction, I guess that's where we'll go. Oh, and I don't need to go back to the bench. We have health, and of course that bench is still what's active, so it's not like we need to go rest at it to make sure our spawn is set there. Oh, that was a nice dash that just ended up on the platform. Hornet did a bit of a ledge grab. Very convenient for me. Hello, we just fought you in an arena. I don't think I care too much about making sure you're also defeated out here in the corridor. Especially because we've already defeated you in the corridor. Alright, so... we are back to exploring, what is it, the Whispering Vaults? Yeah. Where did I die here? Because we died here and that's when we used our silk thing. I think, yeah, I just died to you. Alright, old chap. Ooh! Perhaps they didn't appreciate me calling them old. Of course, I have no idea how old they are, but there's some sort of ancient copper construction, so... somehow I don't imagine that they're too young and spry. Although, are these like fully constructions, or do they have some sort of biological base? Like, did they sacrifice some pilgrims to construct this thing? Perhaps something is trapped in the armor? Kind of like Iron Knuckles in Zelda? I'm not sure. Ooh. I like how much of a reach this enemy has. They reach all the way across that map. Scroll Reader. I can't speak. Scroll Reader. Gilded servant of the Whispering Vaults, born to read and recall the near endless scrolls of prayer. Really? What did I just get? Wait, what? That floaty thing? Did you see that? Was that like an extra valuable chunk of rosaries? Anyway, I didn't see you really doing any prayer collecting. I guess these are the scrolls of prayer. Surprisingly, the person was also quite proficient. That's a lever. Wait, no, it's a platform? What? Sorry, what? That's quite a secret. You like lower the platform and then climb onto it? Good thing I was just jumping around hitting things. What? Okay, and this will connect to where? It comes up from below Songclave. Wait, is Songclave meant to... You're an ancient. Hello, Figleaf. Are you friends with these robots? Can you tell me how old the robots are? Whoa, we're gonna get a map from here, aren't we? Yeah, except we need to have money. Good thing I didn't just lose all my money. Good thing I used the item that helps me avoid losing my money. Just a split second in time. Otherwise, we would have been too poor to afford this. So, we finally got a map for this place. Well, not finally, we just entered. Also, hello, Fick, I just lost the game. Isn't that wonderful? Oh yeah, Songclave. I wonder, like, is that meant to be a joke on how Enclave sounds when you say it? Even though that's not how it's written at all. Yeah, they're ancient years old. That's pretty ancient. What did this need? Oh, you need money? I'm poor, sorry, can't do that. We could turn our necklaces into money, but we're not going to do that. I don't think anything's changed here, but I guess we can have a chat. Hello. Oh, I haven't actually checked in the house since people started moving in here, have I? Well, see here what your brash behavior has wrought, Bellringer. Just as I predicted, this once peaceful sanctuary is now crawling with all sorts. We've the beginnings of a shabby little settlement, all huddled around this old shrine. These poor bugs, all the victims of the Citadel and its insidious attraction. This place draws them up, into its maw, only to consume them utterly. Aye, inside and out, it's nothing but a grand gilded lie. Well, at least these few stragglers can enjoy a moment's safety. Poor fools. Perhaps the caregiver just puts on a grumpy facade. I think they actually care. Stinky. What, for the game? Oh well. Isn't that what originally earned me the title of Stinky? Bellringer, you might think me dullard, but I understand this place and have well good senses. Brought here, weren't you? From beyond the border of our lands? How'd you know that? I guess just because I don't look like I belong. Oh well, you're correct. The one who waits atop the Citadel. Through their hospitality I arrived in this kingdom. I seek now to return that welcome in kind. What? Hornet, does that sentence really make sense? You're not trying to take them to your kingdom. Surely we're trying to defeat them and murder them. That's not welcoming in kind. That's, well, you know. We're giving them a different welcome. A different greeting. You wouldn't doubt it? Yeah. I would, but not very much. Beastly words them. Finely spoken, but beastly all the same. I just pray you don't bring any more unneeded pain down on the heads of those gormless little pilgrims. That's a great word, gormless. Here they limply lay, the castaways and the disillusioned and the used up. It's a sorry settlement you've summoned, Miss Bellringer, and a blasted bother for me. Not sure we have anything to offer him, not even hope. Alright. I really like that phrase, here they limply lay. It's kind of fun to say. Have you got any new thoughts? Let me play the needle in for you. Hide and watch. I think that's what you already said. Where is your glory? Yeah, okay, that all sounds familiar. Have you got anything new to say? You already said that. Wrong answer. Try again. You've already used that one. Well, actually, hold on. I'll just sit here. Yeah, we want a bench. We want a bench near the area that we're exploring. Not even hope. Wait, who? Someone said they don't have hope. Is it you? No. Was it you? Oh, this guy doesn't have hope to offer them. That's right. I remember what I read 5 seconds ago, for sure, definitely. I'm back in the door that I didn't mean to enter. Where's the hole? There we go. Here's the hole. That's where we came from. So, let's leave the fun little Songclave behind and instead go exploring. Wait, so that's kind of cool. You could just miss this entire path. And again, I guess the people who are like complaining about the runbacks from benches being long, maybe you could miss this bench and then you'd have a very long run back here. Though I don't know, I imagine you can find another bench somewhat soon still. But of course, well, that would depend on how much trouble people have on the road back here from that other bench. Yeah, you know what? Enough of that fighting across this gap cowardly business. I'm going to pogo right on you. You're not even gonna get to lay a hit on me. As soon as I say that, I immediately get hit usually, but oh, actually for once I didn't. Incredible. You've always been very good at remembering things from 5 seconds ago. Yeah, it's my specialty. Any more or any less though, can't do it. Impossible. This was really quite a secret, because we had to like hit this platform so that it would lower and then we'd climb up. Quite crazy. Okay. So we are going to drop down here. This doesn't look like a wall that would hide secrets, but that's exactly what I would look like if I mean, you know, that's exactly what I would want to look like if I were a wall that was hiding secrets and didn't want the secrets to be found. Somewhat interestingly, you can be a wall that's hiding secret and yet want secrets to be found. You might be hiding them for fun purposes and not for the purposes of not having anyone find them. Hold on, you are... I somehow hear that these things will deal double damage. They don't look like they should, but so many things in this game do deal double damage that I'm kind of afraid. Lamp bearer. I like your face. It's got a spiral thing on it. Imagine having a spiral-shaped thing on your face. Like, surely that's got to be the highest symbol of status. I don't know. This seems like a pretty unimportant bug, though. Disciple of the Whispering Vaults, tasked to navigate its dim recesses to retrieve old scrolls. I don't know. Did you see the size of those scrolls? Could that creature even carry them while flying? Maybe. I don't know what they're made of, I guess. It's not always your wall choice to hide your wall secrets. Sometimes there are walls higher up that control that. That's so true. In this citadel, there's always walls higher up that control everything. You don't get any choice. You're just kind of puppeted along by spider silk. What is glowing here? Oh, a thing that I don't have space for. That's awesome. I love things that I don't have space for to fit in my inventory. Well, I guess we have a fix for that. We should use the resource that thing replenishes. Oh well. Drape Mite. We got a Hornet comment. Yes! New Hornet comment time. Hornet's little comment corner. Farloom's creatures seem almost built for them. The endless corners and cracks so perfect for mites to burrow and nest. Alright, these are also mites. I didn't put it together, because they look quite different from the other mites, which look like mice. Where is the mouse? The mice? The mite? Flutter mite. No, not you. You fly. Here's the mouse. Mite. Just mite. You'll carry it? Oh, the resource? That's awesome. If you could, I'll just beam it over to you. Wireless shell shard beaming. That's a lever. Excuse me. I would like for the lever to be open. I guess we go down this or what? Down. Go to the right through this entrance over here. And then that will lead up. Although, this marker seems to indicate that this is also the way to go. Which is no good at all. We want to get bonus first and then the main goal. I'm sorry, are you insinuating that I'm about to go do bonus if I go there? Oh, this platform isn't movable. I thought this was a track, but that was just a lamp sitting on it. Hello? What are you? Oh, no, we know who you are. Wait, do we? Aren't you just that Vault Keeper guy who we fought in that arena? Yeah, you're really not a boss, you're just a normal enemy then. Oh! I tried to dash under you, excuse me. Oh, you know what I'm curious about? I think I talked about this before. I wonder if this game will have a dash with iframes. And I think when I talked about this last, I said that I hope that it doesn't. Because Hornet has so much mobility that I almost feel like it would take away from you needing to move and maneuver precisely. So I almost hope that it doesn't have a dash with iframes. And you simply need to get new movement abilities or get good at the ones that you currently have. I do feel like a dash with iframes would sort of take away from the fun a bit. You thought I said shell shard, you were like, I need to hover to see what that emote even is. You don't know the buzzwords for this game, but you used my best guess to tell me, oh, yeah. Yeah, you can, you know, you don't have to know too much about the game to be able to, there's a word that I wanted to say, to be able to infer, there we go. To be able to infer that it's meant to be shard and not shard. I couldn't think of the word infer there. Like every other word starting with the character I, with the letter I came to mind. I was thinking like, oh, interpret, inherit, every single word. I discovered some new words that start with I in the process, but took a while to get to the actual one that I wanted. Have you ever I mean, I don't know. I feel like you probably noticed because I do this every time. But every time I start talking to chat, my brain stops functioning in game, so I just run around the same area in circles, doing nothing at all. So in case you ever, you know, need to pull that off, if you ever need me to not know where on earth I'm going in game, make sure to say something in chat that I need to think about. Your favorite word is insane because that's what you are? Ooh. That's what I am. I is also a word with the... Wait, is I a word? Would you call that a word? I guess it's I mean, I is a pronoun, but it's I guess it's also a word. It just feels a bit wrong to be calling something a word that's only one character. Same way as it feels... You know, same way as people felt a bit wrong calling Pluto a planet. I think these are perfectly analogous situations. I'm trying to decide if I go up here. I think I will. Even though it has an icon indicating that this is the way to go. Uh-oh, music's getting quiet. Are you gonna play music from this gramophone? We haven't actually had that, I don't think. In Hollow Knight, you have some, like, a couple of locations where in-game there's like a little gramophone thing or some sort of similar implement that plays music at you. There are like, very few such locations, but there are some. There's like a tram and there's also that one bench in Queen's Gardens. But we haven't had that happen in this game yet, which is interesting because there's so much of a focus on music. But I guess usually it's like actual... It's either non-diegetic music or it's like someone singing in the background. But there hasn't been like a machine that plays music, so that's why that sort of gramophone What do you call this? A gramophone... not output. Flare? No. Gramophone tube? Whatever. That's why seeing this here is interesting. A worm? Hold on. I swear we've seen a creature like you before. Maybe even several creatures. What are you doing? Like, where do you come from? I can hear you up there. I think. How long are you? You're not... definitely not as large as Bardoon. Or at least not as thick as Bardoon. Okay, if I go this way, the screen tries to guide me up. What I need to do is I need to get onto this wall, which I can do. Wonderful. It's more fun when you jump into chasms and spikes. More fun compared to me jumping around in circles, not doing anything. Yeah, I'd imagine so. Oh, bench! Yeah, see, what? Like, how could you... even if you didn't find that secret, you just go down a tiny bit and you find a bench. And I guess, of course, you might not have gone this way. But I'm sure you find a different bench in a different direction. Secret. They love hiding secrets in this game. The only thing they love more is putting in enemies that deal double damage to you as a fun little surprise. They just love doing that. Oh! Why? What was the point of that? Oh. Wait, was that an actual background object that you could poke off and get height? I swear most of the background objects in this game have not been like that. Also, I didn't see that worm. Excuse me. I'm like, the whole reason that I came up here was to see if I could find that worm creature. So, almost certainly this right wall hides a secret. Oh, dang it. I is a word, technically. Technically, but I'm not letting that shit slide in Scrabble. Would that count in... I'm sure there's like... Would Scrabble rules allow the word I? I imagine they would, you just wouldn't get many points. Wouldn't it be funny? I don't know exactly how Scrabble works. I don't think I've ever played it. I might have played a game like Scrabble, though. Or maybe I played Scrabble and it was just, you know, 15 years ago when I was very young. But yeah, wouldn't it be funny if the rules allowed you to use the word I, but it just gave you so few points that it, like, basically didn't count? Does Scrabble have words that you need to avoid? Can we make, like, a... yeah. Can there be, like, a landmine version of Scrabble? If you spell... if you use a certain letter, you instead get minus points. You could... I don't know that that would make any sense. You could play it as the first move, but not as any other. And we reached the point where I don't know enough about Scrabble to know what exactly that means. How do I access the worm? You could take that sentence out of context if you wanted to. But maybe don't. How do I... oh, I'm a fool! I play the needle in. Of course! What am I thinking? I have this magical item that makes things happen in locations where you don't know what else to do. Surely I played the needle in here. And that will go into that tube there. And then the worm will come and talk to me. No? Also, I just realized there are also, like, worm parts here and here. Is this one worm or is it several? The real... we're asking the real questions. Because if I move away, then I don't hear them anymore, right? So it seems like they must be hiding over where I just was. Oh, never mind. I heard someone up here. Perhaps the worm is everywhere. We'll find out that the entire citadel is just created out of worm, and these coppery bits are just hardened worm segments. Psalm cylinder. Metallic cylinder of citadel make, etched with a recording of sound. The cylinder can be played in a gramophone. Oh. Well then, perhaps this might solve our conundrum. And the worm will show up, and we'll all be friends, is how I'm sure this will go. In Scrabble, you have to build off existing words, so there would be a minimum of 2 letters in the word, except for the first move. I see. Well, yes, but you could technically place I as the first word. It was joking. Hypothetically, it would be a fun first move, not very point scoring, but potentially very irritating. Right, but like if you... like, let's say you have, like, whatever letters are already on the board, and then if you... you know, filled in a word, let's say you're just, you know, filling it downwards, and then the last letter of that word was I. Like, could that I count as a word? I guess what you're saying, like, that's specifically what you're saying, is that it wouldn't count there. Are you saying that? I don't know. Oh, hello, worm creature. Vaultkeeper Cardinius. She carries a precious cylinder. She must give it, share it, claw to claw. Pass it, and this vaultkeeper shall grant their wisdom. Just a small taste, a trickle, a glimmer of our citadel's sacred understandings. Have you just been sitting, like, quite close to this cylinder for ages and just haven't been able to reach it? Maybe if you weren't, like, tangled all the way around this room. Give Psalm cylinder. Sure, hold on. Can you tell me your name again? Oh, no, I didn't click a single button. No, stop! What button am I clicking? No! What did the dialogue say? Someone clip that real quick. Oh, no. Oh, man. What, did I press the trigger? I was trying to put my controller down for a moment so I could write down the Vault Keeper Cardinius' name, but I guess that's not allowed. Fool, demanding of a Vault Keeper. Hers is impudence enough to bring death, if she did not carry the scent of Weaver spawn. So you know something of my ancestry, Learned Bug. If it gains me favor here, then I'll expect your service in full. Mortis goes right into royalty mode. Blech, dead, your vicious kind are meant to be. Better methinks to say as such. But this one was taught. It shall fold its claws, it shall pass its knowledge as much as is gleaned. Only to a first child must a Vault Keeper defer. Interesting. Oh. So you're sort of similar to... Wait, hold on. Did you just give me money? And you're sort of similar to Relic Seeker Scrounge? In that we can give you these lore items, and then we get money, and then we also get some lore. Dialogue. Thank you, Fig. Very much. Shut up. We don't need to hear me. We need to hear the Vault Keeper. Okay, what did the Vault Keeper say? Give Psalm Cylinder? Wait, did the Vault Keeper punch me? Hold on just a moment. I know you can't see. I'm aware. I will remedy that momentarily. Yeah, there you go. You can see now. Hey, that's my stream. Why was it playing so fast? It's just 2 times speed. That's generally what I watch everything at. Okay, so what does the Vault Keeper say? I guess for stream we can slow it down, but also we don't need to hear me at all. We do need to have it be slow though. Oh, shut up! I just said we don't need to hear me. Well, we do need to hear me, but just once. Anyway, look at this. Did they punch me? I think they just grabbed it, but I wonder if we took damage from that. They did say claw to claw. Perhaps grabbing is a dangerous activity if you've got claws. Yes, she gives. It is ours. I have passed the Relic Vault Keeper. Now uphold your promise and aid me with your insight. Well, absolutely thrilling bit of dialogue that we missed. Thanks for clipping that though, Fig. Can I delete the clip? Thank you very much for clipping it, but it has served its purpose now. Delete. Can I do this without Twitch thinking that this wouldn't have a negative effect, will it? I don't think it should. I just don't want my clips to be, cluttered. Dialogue. Delete. Success. Okay, I think everything's good. Yeah, alright. Very good. I'm just afraid that Twitch will think that, if I delete the clip, then it was somehow a bad clip. But it wasn't. It has just served its purpose. Okay, hold on. I need to now... What view am I even in? What can you see? Okay, you can see that. I need to hide the screen again, and then we go back to game capture. There we go. Oh my goodness. A whole detour just because I accidentally pressed some buttons. You were going to delete it if I didn't? Oh, thank you. Awesome. Isn't it great when people are in chat and are helpful and nice and cool? Anyway, Psalm Cylinder. Voices of the choir raised in a sacred song. Will we actually hear a song? Oh. This isn't lore. I mean, I guess it is, but I can't understand it. Will you translate it for me, Vault Keeper? Please? Pretty please? Give me the lore. I must have it. I think this is a moment where you just sit and listen. Oh, also, Fig, last stream I didn't even realize that you, paid bits to gigantify an emote. Because, I guess from my, in the OBS chat view, it just pops up as a giant emote. Unless I'm blind and it does say tell. But anyway, thank you for the bits being used. Huh. So we can just come over here to you and pay Psalm Cylinders. Wait, can I leave it playing and leave? Yeah, it seems to still be playing. Keep safe, Vault Keeper. I may expect your service in future, and I do not have you pass before that task is complete. What, does he look like he's gonna keel over and die? Or they, yuck, no fool this keeper. It has lived long. Oh, I guess they are old. Watch its fellows wither, but it shall not die. Not yet. Not while knowledge needs to be sought. This pact is made, Weaver Spawn. Insight for us, both she and it. This holy citadel, in glory and fall, there are holes in its history. Even to a keeper's knowledge, even to the vaults. Seek the cylinders, she must. Those objects of intricate insight. Bring more for this keeper, and only this keeper. For in this citadel, none are left possessed of such sound, sharp mind as it. I wonder if we'll find other keepers like you who are also worms, but then we fight them instead. That would be cool. Vault Keeper, I am seeking a melody held by our vaults, part of a set to open a path above. Tell me what you know of it. The Weaver thing would claim our sacred melody? How grim the age we survived to see. Vile sacrilege right to pass to an outsider. Only our pontiff lived long and low within our vault. They held the melody jealously, covetously, a learning for the highest vault keeper and them alone. A truth they were told to have found, there in the dark. Something within the melody, or the words, something to set them silent. I am not afraid of what I'll hear, vault keeper. If your pontiff and their melody wait below, I shall find them both. You knew I didn't realize it. Hold on. Again, I'm doing the thing where I like start reading a chat message from my point of view, and then I switch into the chatter's point of view, and it all gets very confusing. I should just read what the message says. I knew you didn't realize it when you didn't say anything. I was like, he's definitely looking at chat or something. That doesn't show how big it is. No, but I wasn't going to be like, did you see it? It's big, large. Yeah, I was just like, oh, that's a large emote, and I didn't even think what it meant. Anyway, thank you. Vaultkeeper Cardinus. Can I now write you down in my notebook without accidentally skipping through dialogue? I do think a trigger must skip through the dialogue then. I imagine speedrunners might be happy about that because they can maybe spam more buttons and do it faster. Characters. Vaultkeeper Cardinus? Vaultkeeper Cardinus. Do you get marked on my map, I wonder? You're not exactly a vendor, but you do have like a shop-like menu, so maybe you would get marked. You are in the Whispering Vaults. In Whispering Vaults, wants melody scrolls. What were they again? Cylinders, song cylinders, psalm cylinders. There we go. We got the right thing in the end. Psalm cylinders. Had to go through a couple incorrect words before we got to it. Speak. Show me your collection. No. Weaver spawn. She's a bother. Nuisance. Bring more gifts. The collection still has gaps. There's only one item in it, so it doesn't... It's mostly gap and one item, really. I feel like to have a gap, you would need 2 items that, you know, could fit a gap between them. Oh! Oh, you're so cool! You can show up in other places. You're the same person, right? Weaver thing, does she hope to spy upon our treasured records? Within our vast store, always more there is to know. The old methods of prayer to this land and to its rulers and to the strength at its heart. Yes. Okay. What? And you're gone? Hold on, I need to play the needle into you still. Whoa, yeah. Do you just keep running around? Can I find you over here now? No? Hello! One must not wander idle between the sacred shelves. This is a holy place. Reverence. It is demanded. Okay, so perhaps they weren't stuck down there, just not able to access this record. Instead, this is their record, and they were like, hold on, don't you dare leave with that. Give it back. Reverence, it is demanded. If the fool she wishes to view this... What? If the fool she wishes to view this keeper's collection, head to the listening room below. Alright. But you have interactions here. If I run around, you will show up and give me new dialogue. I must have the dialogue. I must. I absolutely must. Well, whatever. I will instead play the needle in for you. What do you think of this? Did you just stick your hand in your mouth? Through understanding power, transcend this mind so limited. Through knowledge, release. Escape the shell constricting. You don't even have a shell. You're like a worm thing. Are you just talking about your pointy, sharp, hard hat? Okay, well, have fun. I didn't mean to talk to you again. Collection still has gaps. Yes. Oh, what? I can actually hit you? Come back here. I didn't mean to... Well, I did mean to do that, but I didn't think it would work. You can't usually hit NPCs. Hello. What say you to this? Now that I've hit you. Nothing at all. Okay. Well, I think I've proven them right about me being a bother, so... Perhaps I leave... Wait, what was the point of this drop-down bit? Sorry. Not leaving this room quite yet. Vaultkeeper... what's your name? Vaultkeeper Cardinus? Oh, yeah, we are Vaultkeeper. There have been so many enemies called Vaultkeeper by now in this vault. Well, whatever. I don't know what that passage is about. Wait, no, I didn't check the left. Actually, I don't care. Whatever, it's fine. If we miss a hidden wall... Wait. No, but to the left is precisely where we want to go. I have to check. I have to check the left wall. Team Cherry loves hiding secrets in sneaky little wall locations. Surely they hit one here. Because, like, the fact that you can even go left here at all is already a secret. And then we fall down and then that... Like, what's the purpose of this? I'm really not sure. Well, seems like I can't do anything with that. Okay. We've got a thing to our left. We've got a loop-de-loop bit to our right. What should bear priority? Also, looks like we can connect to the Grand Bellway from here. That seems like something we should do. Perhaps I'll explore this higher room first, and then we'll try to go left. Oh, well, I mean, first of all, we want to complete this screen, so that the map will know that I've been here. Hold on, I must heal. I will get murdered. Ah! You can climb! You have the ability to ascend vertically in a pretty impressive manner. Oh, I hate these freaking dusty mite bird things. What are you? You're not this... There's a different kind of flying mite. I think you might not even be a mite. And you're not very mighty, but you sure are swift. Where did my enemy go? This is where my enemy went. Stay away! Health can really just drop real quick, can it not? Well, we have a bench nearby, so perhaps I needn't be too worried. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. This is I want to be at this amount of health. That was my whole plan. I thought, today would be just the sweetest time if I could be on 1 health for a while. This is precisely what I was hoping for. Whatever. I like how there's the chair that's just fallen over. Have you ever... You know what? That's quite a thing to think about. I don't think we've ever sat on a chair. There was that like pretty thin looking bench at the Songclave. Maybe that would count as a chair. But in Hollow Knight, I don't think you ever sit on a chair. Only benches. No, never mind. There was like that one little bug shell that was pretty small. You are just moving all over the place, aren't you? I can go right. I can go left. Imagine dying to this. I don't even need to fight them. I don't know why I bothered with any of that. Well, whatever. We'll go left. Imagine how good at this Pat could be if the yapping neurons were devoted to the game. Yeah, but then the stream wouldn't have any yapping in it. If we considered that, I don't know. The whole point of streaming is that I get my thoughts out there while I'm playing, and it absolutely does affect playing ability. I've said before that as soon as I go live, my brain loses at least 60% of its cells. But sometimes that's the price you pay. It's fine. I really like this move where you... not this move, not that one. Where you dive and then you dash, or... not dive. Where you do your pogo move, diagonal downswing, and then you dash. It's very cool. They like chain into each other in a nice way. I should use my Threat Storm move on you. Right, hold on. I need to not run away from you. That's kind of the issue. With a lot of the enemies, you kind of just want to stay close and be aggressive. And that's how you win. That is true. There would be less dying in entertaining ways. That too. Yeah. So perhaps... Well, no, there's no perhaps. The yapping will continue until morale improves. And even then they will continue. We're just saying that for now. Until we find a different excuse. I don't actually know what that's a reference to. It's just a commonly made reference. There's actually a... like the actual quote is the beatings will continue until morale improves. I don't know what that's from, but I've heard it several times. There's even a like it's even written on the wall at my work in my room. Or not written on the wall. There's that piece of paper with it on there. What am I doing? I need to fight you. Since when am I fighting you? I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing in this room. Can I? Wait, watch this. This enemy doesn't know what's gonna hit him. Boom! I don't think that's gonna kill them. That's just gonna push them off, but that's, Can I push this back? Wait, it did kill them. Okay. You do you, I guess. If you feel like getting killed by a platform like this, I won't stop you. Okay. Wait. This is like a... I could push a whole platform along this track, and I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Is this a puzzle room? They've made a room full of... Puzzle? One whole room? Wait, this is the puzzle! I've been murdering enemies with the puzzle! How crazy. We take something intended for knowledge, and we use it to perform violence. Where'd you come from? Hornet really wasn't kidding when she said those mites are everywhere. Oh, we're going all the way down. Wait, and then we can push this platform somewhere too, I'm sure. Where'd the mite go? Did you kill the mite? Never mind, the mite's just chilling in the ground. What if I threw my tools at you, My spiky tools with poison? Could I interest you in a bit of a spiky poison meal? Okay, I'm going back down here just to see if I've missed anything. I haven't. Well, I can't see anything that I've missed. That doesn't necessarily mean that I haven't missed anything. Would you care to sing to me, dead robot corpse? No? Well, it was worth a shot. Or, well, it could have been. I guess it didn't end up being worth a shot because it didn't have anything. Didn't end up actually giving me anything. Oh, I can't hit you up if I'm, like, to your side, even if I am swinging upwards. That's fine. We will simply do this otherwise. Now, I imagine you will block off the path upwards. Well, that's fine. First of all, you didn't actually block off the path upwards, and also we didn't need to go upwards. We just needed to hit you to the side. Okay, and what does this get me? One little enemy to murder? Surely there's a bit more. Surely this will give me just the height I need to get something. Oh, it's a flea! It's a little flea thing. Taking a nap in a cage. At least this cage has had plenty of room. There was one flea we found in the slab who was... Whew, they were quite constrained. Oh, actually, speaking of the fleas, the flea caravan, we haven't been there in ages. And there's even supposed to be a guy there with a new thing for us. Or like, there's supposed to be a new cart in there. We found a flea that actually joined them with their cart. So we should be able to do something new in there. And I don't know what that is. Well, in any case, we have solved the puzzle in this room. We've done a bit of puzzling. So we went in the higher entrance. We still have a path below us. Room is ominously quiet. Oh, platform has been... Oh no, don't tell... Oh no, don't tell me that blocked something off. Can I reset the room? Will that reset the position of the platform? I hope so, but well, I don't think it's likely. Yeah, no. Don't tell me I missed out on a secret forever and ever. Also, why can't I push this to the right? What good does that do me? Unsure. I'm also about to sneeze. Although now that I've mentioned it, I'm sure it won't happen. It did happen. Sorry that I spoiled the sneeze happening, I suppose. More platforms to push, I think. No, that can be pushed up or down. What is this? It's quite interesting. There are like actual puzzle rooms in Silksong, apparently. That was not really a thing in Hollow Knight. Like, yeah, you have secrets to find, but those weren't really structured or in any way similar to a puzzle, I feel. Can I hit you up? No, you can only go down. Wait, but wouldn't you block something off then? I almost feel like you'd block off my entire path to the right. How tall are you? Could I cross over you then? I think just in case I will move this back to the left. Otherwise I feel like we might end up being in trouble. And you're not on a track at all, are you? Wait, maybe you are. I can push it to the left, maybe? Maybe I can push the bottom one to the left? Something's on a track here. Oh, it's you. Wait, no. We already did that. That's right. We pushed this bottom platform to the right. Okay, perhaps we don't move this one. That's fine. Fewer moving pieces mean a simpler puzzle, perhaps? Did I want to push you down? Well, you're down now. Whoa. What is even happening? Did I miss a secret here? I wonder. Like in this wall to the left? I feel like I have to check. So, we will undo our progress a bit. Progress undone. Let's check the wall. That way we can be, well, relatively sure. I haven't now gone ahead and blocked off my entire path here, have I? We might have done that. No, it's fine. We can just move it back up and then back down. So, oh, and also if you bounce on them, like actually bounce. You don't just hit them downwards and then stand on them. You actually poke off of them. That's cool. Okay, I can move that up. Can I also move it to the right, I wonder? Because there is a track moving to the right here. I can move this to the right. That might trap me in here. I think it's probably arranged in such a way that you can't trap yourself. But I could be wrong. Ooh, lever. What does this do? Oh, that just opens this way. Have we been here? Yes. Well, yeah, we've seen this from below. Isn't this actually the stage? Pale oil. Wish updated. Yeah, that's the thing we need to upgrade our needle finally again. Our second needle upgrade. We could go get it. I imagine we'd need rosaries, but we can break a few necklaces for some more rosaries. So that means I can remove this marker. Oh, nice. And that person, Vaultkeeper, whatever the name was, Carnaby? No. What are they called? Cardenas. They're also marked on our map, though I swear I wanted to mark something else also. Could have sworn I was in a room that was suspiciously empty and I just didn't mark it apparently. Oh well. So that's cool. We finally wrapped around to here. I should have remembered that I should have remembered that this room was here and we were getting close to it. I should have been eagerly awaiting approaching here, but I guess I didn't. Now, why? This direction seems awfully suspicious. I'm gonna add a marker here just in case, because the fact that this block is just sitting here now... No, but I couldn't have gone around, actually. I guess I'll still leave the marker, but yeah, I couldn't have gone around, because this block was in the way. So that's good. At least I didn't mess up something horribly. There was no way I could have made it to the left side of that block. So that's good. I don't know, maybe I don't want that marker there. I will just remove it. It's fine. If we find our way there, we will find our way there. It would have to be through another room anyway. The only purpose that that marker would serve would be, you know, to remind me that there was something suspicious here, so I would look around the other rooms nearby here. Who's making that noise? Yeah, who's skittering around in the background and foreground? How many of you are there? What's even happening? I should maybe heal, in case I'm about to get ambushed. I think I'm about to get ambushed. Although, they're not being very secretive about it. Never mind. No one's attacking me whatsoever. We just lit the room up. Hello? Who lives here? And what did that lever do? Did that light up other places in this area? Were they also, like, dimly lit? Can I do something now that I couldn't have done before? Should I play the needle in here? Lots of questions. Let's try the needle in. No, that's not doing anything. Oh well. Ouch. Were these spikes always like this? I think they were. Oh. Right, I like drove you out of the room, although I'm not sure why. If you fear the light, then why are you here? This place is also lit up. Hold on, I'm gonna play the needle into you. Secret songs for us to keep. Holy words for us to speak. What? More dialogue, please. At least you... I was just gonna say, at least you can't jump up here. I was immediately proven wrong. Okay, what type of enemy are you? Vault Born, young acolyte raised in the darkest vaults, destined to ascend to the rank of Scroll Reader. Scroll Reader? Have we seen such an enemy yet? No. So you are what, Vaultborn? Was that your name? I think so. Also, I think this was maybe the first time that I noticed that playing the needle in actually like binds them with string. You can see this, the silk like coming closer from off screen. Could you approach, please? So that you might get trapped by my needle in playing? No? Oh well. We will attack you. We will need you for our journal. We do still need to go talk to Nu, because our journal has 100 entries, which was what Nu wanted. I think we might be able to do a bit of a visit back to old areas. Although that will, of course, stop us from making progress. Whoa! Funny spam bot. For me to ban in chat. That's awesome. Yes, I realized that you didn't see it because Automat got it. Seems to be surprisingly successful. I would have thought that they'd like start changing their message pattern because it's all just me blocking the common terms that they use. But it seems to be working quite effectively. Although I'm not sure, like, I guess it stops them from showing up in the chat that you see, but it still doesn't change much for me because I still like see the message pop up and then ban it or ban the user. So it feels perhaps a bit redundant. Hello. Right. Maybe I don't care about finding you. Although maybe I do. Oh, don't drop onto me. Oh, and you're still around. Oh, nice parry. Hell yeah. Very cool. Yeah, I think I want to fight all these enemies because we do want Hunter's Journal entries. If we just run past everyone all the time. The Hunter's Journal will not get filled that way. Hello, little mite person. Thank you for the soul for healing. I think I'll just ignore you. I did just say that we don't want to ignore enemies, but... Well, I don't want to ignore this large enemy. I can't believe you just jumped over my projectile attack. Wait, is the poison interrupting your move? I think it is. I think the enemy is getting, like, distracted by the poison. It's getting staggered by it a bit. That's interesting. It interrupts their attack. That's good to know. Assuming, of course, that I saw that correctly. That was, like, a single instant that I noticed there. And given that I've noticed it before, maybe it wasn't happening... You know, maybe it's not a general thing that happens to enemies. But it could just be that I'm blind and didn't notice it. So that's a platform we can push up for sure. I sort of think that there will be a mask at the top of this room. I sort of heard the gleaming noise that a mask makes. We probably don't need that marker. We'll just find it naturally when we end up hitting that block upwards, but... Well, it hasn't been hit upwards yet, so just in case, we'll add that marker to remind ourselves that we had a suspicion about that place. Is there really no secret here? I could play the needle in. And I could try my silks... Well, I guess we don't have it equipped. But I could try equipping my silk spear to see if that does anything. Although I imagine things that you could open with the silk spear, you could also open with the needle storm, that storm, because that also does a pretty large attack. I imagine that should cover most things. But yeah, it's interesting. We haven't seen anything gated behind the silk spear for a long time, basically since we got it. So that's interesting. I will heal before I deal with you. You certainly deal double damage. Ooh! Oh, I didn't even realize I parried you. Oh! Where are you going? Hold on, I'll just leave you be for a moment. I'll fight this lamp bearer. Is that what you were called? If you're gonna toss things at me, maybe they should be a bit less fragile. I guess them shattering might be good because you want the shards to deal damage to me, but I don't know. Doesn't seem to be working particularly effectively for you. Right, so I can hit that platform upwards that I just saw there. Where did the enemies go? I guess they're all the way down there. I'll check out the upper part. Is the Snuggly Cat Hour? Oh, for you? Hell yeah. Or, well, depending on who decided that it would be a Snuggly Cat Hour. Knowing cats, it was probably the cat. In which case, you might have been intending to do something completely different. But, well, there you go. Cats tend to get what they want. Ugh. My cat loves waking people up in the middle of the night. Just because he decides he wants to be fed. And he will not let you sleep. You are pro cat snuggles? That's good. Giant Drape Mite is not a pro at cat snuggles. First of all, because they're, like, infinitely smaller than a cat. But also because they've got sharp claws. I guess cats also have sharp claws and they can snuggle. So, it might work out. But yeah, Giant Drape Mite, definitely not giant enough for a cat. Full-sized mite for the Citadel cloaked in an old curtain. I see. The curtain is barely visible, I have to say. Full-sized mite. Interesting. Is that the largest mite we've seen? Maybe. It might be. Oh, I keep picking up shell shards, which we don't need at all. Oh, I hit that platform downwards, apparently. I guess it doesn't matter which state it is in, because we can just swap it back and forth as we need. Oh, good. I definitely meant to be down here. I love the idea of fighting all these enemies at once. Hello. That's fine. We will survive. Watch. Oh, don't watch. Oh, do not watch. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good. Things went downhill real fast. I'm going to take this platform with me and we'll leave these enemies to their front. Oh, no. Oh, no. I can't do that. I need to go down there. Okay, let's try to take things slowly. One enemy at a time. Which one of you is first? Too bad you can pass through each other. Otherwise, I could, like, go down into the tunnel and only attack the big guy. Oh, I do have 1 HP, which is a bit scary. But I think I can cheese you a bit. Oh, what? You can wall kick? I almost just jumped into you. You can wall kick? We have an enemy that can wall kick. Do you, like, appreciate how cool that is? What? I don't know, I guess it's not that shocking, but it is still cool, even if it's not that terribly shocking. That's so awesome. I love when enemies can, like, move around the world a bit more and use moves that's similar to yours to navigate around. They don't just stick on their one platform. Silksong's been doing a decent bit of that. On my first playthrough of Dark Souls, which I've been streaming and which is now currently paused for Silksong, that was also quite surprising to me how the enemies, like, followed you around real well. And I believe Crewsworn is so going to have some, like, pretty smart enemies in terms of how they move around and attack you and stay away from you. Oh, well, so much for me getting my health back. I almost did it, and now I spaghettied into 3 different enemies. That's kind of funny. I didn't die to just taking damage from one enemy. I managed to hit every single one of them. What the hell is this bench? That's not too far away at all. Right. It's just near Clockwork Condiment. No, what's your name? Vaultkeeper Cornifer? No. What on earth is their name? I don't know. They have a name of some sort. I'm pretty sure of that. Is this the correct door to enter? Yes, it is. So we've got a mask above. We still haven't gotten that. And let me... Ooh, that almost hit me. I honestly can't imagine playing this game with one of the other quests. Like, surely you're giving up an essential part of Silksong if you use a different quest that changes your pogo to be weird like that. No, we want to play as Hornet. Or, as the title of the stream refers to her as, John Silksong. That's such a funny joke referring to every character from a video game as John video game name. Stay away! We're fine. Oh! Yeah. I keep talking about how cool it is that the enemies can hop around and move around as they do, but it can make things a bit spooky because you can't run away from them nearly as easily. But that's sort of the whole point, is it not? Oh my goodness, there's a lot of you here. I almost feel like I should threat storm you. Well, I did, but then I missed completely. Well, no, I think like one tick of damage hit one of you there, and that was it. Can you? I wonder if these enemies can hit the platform towards me. Also, I need to not die. I still haven't gotten my cocoon back. Oh no! Oh no! That guy's gonna drop onto me, but it's fine. We get our cocoon back, and then everyone will be happy. We will not die. There's actually a 0% chance of us dying. Ah! We're fine. We're so fine. We just dash out of the way. Everything's great. Look at you. We don't even need to heal. We will use our silk for an attack instead of getting that 1 HP back. Or actually, we'll just toss these. I did just say that we need to actually make sure we use shell shards. I also saw some people complaining that like late game shell shards start being a thing that you just don't have enough of. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not in like actual late game yet. I'm not sure. Because they said earlier in the game you don't have like anything to use them on, which is true. And then late game you need to use them all the time. But I haven't really felt that. I don't know. Again, maybe I'm just not far enough in the game yet to feel that. Maybe that will start happening and I will rue all the shell shards that I haven't picked up. Unsure. Anyway, the enemies have been defeated. We got our revenge. Because look at that. I'm back to full shell shards again. Maybe I just don't use my tools enough, but I don't know. I feel like every other run, or I don't know, every 3 runs, I do toss a couple of tools. Maybe other people rely on them way more. Hold on. Instead of being stupid, I should look at the environment and solve the puzzle. How do you feel about that plan? Are you sure I can't make that jump? That's so funny. I should perhaps keep the enemies around. No, I just need to move this platform back. It's a puzzle again. It's a simple little puzzle that anyone could solve, but you actually need to, you know, look at the room that you're in. Which is the hardest puzzle of alls. Alls? Sure. Apparently saying sentences is the hardest puzzle of all. Saying the correct words with the correct letters in them? Impossible. Okay, now we can ascend up. As long as I don't accidentally hit down on this platform. Because that's something we... Wait, what? Why did I climb up here? Oh. Wait, did I get anything from here? Yeah, we got rosaries from there. So that's what the point of this is. To guide you to a secret. Well... What is this? This almost looks like it starts leading into a different area. But this might be a connecting section. We can go left from here. Yeah, because the entire environment looks very different from the place we were just in. What does that do? I hit it sideways. I hit it to the right. I hit it in all sorts of directions. Wait, did we finally get that grapple ability here? There have been so many things hinting towards us potentially getting... Oh no, this is the resource that I can't fit in my wallet still. Or tool pouch, whatever. Same difference. There's something awfully suspicious right here. We'll place a marker. Also, do you see that? Are there like little... No, I think those are just regular screws. I thought they had 6 eyes like Hera the Beast and of course other revealings. But I think that's not what's happening. So, top left, remember that there's a way to go. There's a platform above us blocking a direction. I like how our wall slide gets interrupted a bit. Oh, hold on. Let's do like a really fast wall slide because that's something you can do in this game. You just go way fast. Oh, never mind. That stopper stops us. You just go... You start going real fast if you keep sliding down a wall in this game. Interesting. Okay, so these passages are just blocked off from every direction. Yes, so we'll need to enter them from elsewhere. And I guess what's good is that we won't leave any unexplored dead ends here right now. What? Unexplored dead ends? That doesn't make any sense. We won't leave unexplored bits of this room around because we currently can't explore them. We won't leave currently explorable places around. We will instead unlock them later, and then I assume we'll also be guided back here to explore again. So it seems like this will connect back to our wormy friend. Is that not so? We can at least hear them from here. And I imagine we can open up a connection. Sounds like I might be imagining wrong, though. I'm not seeing any way to connect this there. I don't know, it feels so odd, though. This feels like exactly like that one spot near the City of Tears toll bench in Hollow Knight, where you, like, hit the wall and then it opens up a shortcut. Oh, what? Opens up a shortcut. Back to the bench, which just makes the run back to Soul Master just a bit easier, just a bit more convenient. But I guess that's simply not happening here. Okay. What did I even get? I just got rosaries from there? Odd. Oh, did I ever check my map in here? Is this is still part of the Whispering Vaults. I don't know how I would open those levers, though. I've added one marker in that room. Hopefully, we'll see what the map looks like once we've filled it in. But hopefully, the game indicates in some other way, in addition to that marker, that there's like a bunch of that room that we haven't explored. I don't know. I guess if it doesn't, it's not a big deal. So this seems like it should be just a small corridor for us to pass through, but will we get ambushed? No. Now, small corridors that you seem to simply pass through are good candidates for a secret, I think. Oh, hold on. Also check the floor. Although I don't think we've had... Have we had any instances of where we've had to, like, ground pound into the floor and break something and find the secret that way? Has that ever been a thing? I don't think so. There was, like, a latch in the Bileways? No. Bilewater? No. Was it called Bilewater? No, I think it was before Bilewater. It was the Sinner's Road, where we found a platform that was on the floor. But, like, that had an obvious lever to hit, and you don't even need to do a ground pound into the floor. I'm trying to figure out if there's been, like, a breakable wall equivalent, but it's a floor instead. And that's something I really can't remember ever encountering. What does this room look like? There's a secret up there with a bunch of rosaries. Hello? How might I open that? Could I have, like, come downwards from that upper part? Because we've been in the upper part of this room. I'm pretty sure we're in, like, this is just one big vertical room and not a separate screen transition. I could be wrong, of course. But what if I weren't? Wouldn't that be crazy? Right? If I dash/slash into someone, I also pogo off of them. Mustn't forget that in case we're in a situation where that would bounce me into an enemy. Okay, good. This is a dead end for now. And will be a shortcut later, it seems. That's the best sort of thing to find. You know, it's a thing you don't need to worry about right now. And you can also clearly understand what its purpose is going to be later. Uh-oh. Stop throwing your silly light bulbs at me. I don't think a single one of those has hit yet. So I think you might want to consider changing your strategy, you silly flying little guard creature. Ooh, what does this mean? We've seen this symbol elsewhere. I think that means the stage. Yeah, it does mean the stage. Oh, here's the stage, right? Not here, where I thought... Yeah, that was the lever. Yeah, the stage is down here, and I think we knew that. Yeah, that's where we saw the signs for the stage. I remember now. They even told us that there was the stage. So I'm really just being a fool by forgetting where things are. But that's fine. It's our first time through these areas. We'll have time to remember over the years and years that we'll get to keep playing this game for. Although I'm sure not all of that will be on stream. I do think I'll try to go for all the achievements on stream. Though, I don't know. That depends on how insane some of the achievements are. Oh, actually, I don't know. Because I believe there's, you know, like in Hollow Knight, there's one for beating the game in under, like, a limited amount of hours. But there's another one for, like, getting 100% completion in under a limited amount of hours. And that would mean another, like, full 100% playthrough on stream. I don't know that we'll do that. And obviously we're not going to hit that time goal on our first playthrough. Because we've been meandering around. In fact, I believe the time goal is 30 hours, so we're, like, almost there. So, yeah, that's definitely not happening. You need to actually know where things are. And do less wandering about and talking about lore for that to be something you can pull off. So, hold on. This room, I got the rosaries. The platform is now lowered. Down there, we didn't have anywhere to go. Wait, but what was this? This was just, yeah, down here. Well, I meant down all the way down there. But yeah, this way we do have a door. Now, which of these seems the most like bonus? We have pretty close access to a bench. I'm still curious about this direction here. But I guess we can go back and explore it a bit later. I'm thinking that this is bonus and down here is where we go. But it could be that down there is a bench. Although, it's so close to other benches that I don't know. It might not actually be worth it. Like, why would they put a bench there if you've got so many other benches right nearby? Especially, well, the one that we have near conductor person. I guess a reason you might have more benches Would be in case people don't find some of them. So even if they miss one, it'll be okay. So this is a stage. I guess we'll inspect this before we exit. Oh, great land whose flame doth falter, whose choir conductors all doth fail. Observe, take heart, that spark still burning, yon butterfly of crimson grace. All bells shall peal and voices raise when brave Trobio steps at last upon the stage. Brave Trobio, let's read that again. Of course, flame and crimson really calls to mind the Grim Troop from Hollow Knight. And they are like a troop that travels across kingdoms, so I hadn't thought of this before, but it's really not out of the question that we might see them in Silksong, which is interesting. Yes, Trobio. Well, I don't know how much of that text I remembered, but I don't think it matters too much anyway. I imagine Trobio will be someone we fight, or it might be an enemy at Gauntlet Arena again. Okay. Yeah, the music is certainly getting more intense, indicating that a boss fight is approaching, or rather, we are approaching a boss fight. Temporarily, a boss fight is approaching us. Right, open this shortcut. Can we get a... like, is there a bench right nearby? I think that might be... Yes. In that case, I will quickly pop into the Grand Bellway. That might... Whoops. That might fill in that room, even though we haven't explored all of it, but that's fine, because we're gonna go explore... Oh, I just remembered that this place is such gorgeous, expansive music. Again, I don't know if that's like a term that you would use to describe music, but, well, I just did. It just kind of feels like it expands in your ears, doesn't it? Very interesting. So, this bench is slightly unfortunate because we need to climb... Oh! Because we need to climb up a room in order to get back, but that shouldn't be much of a problem. Indeed, it wasn't. Okay. Hello, I am here to watch a play, and I somehow feel like I'll be thrown into the play to participate. Oh, drab and trembling squib, you who timidly step onto the great stage, fate has seen you chosen. This sounds a lot like the Godseekers, but that might just be because they're both, like, inspired by similar language. I don't know, though. So far, the stage thing has reminded me both of the Grim Troop and Godhome. And, the Godseekers. Huh. Cast away your fear and join me as my partner. Farloom's flame may flicker, but together we shall spark it ablaze. Let us enliven this citadel lost to silence. Let us rouse the soul of this once great land. Oh, you're not like even fighting me to oppose me. I think we're going to have a fight that's simply for the sake of performance. Trobio. Hello, Trobio. You seem fun. Oh, bouncy things. They shoot out, do they only shoot out vertically? I'm trying to just sort of pay attention to the moves. Ouch. Of course they... No, that one shot out horizontally. Okay, we can hit those balls. Okay, and then they show you where they're gonna shoot. Okay, Trobio. Oh my god, stay away from that. Let's heal. We took a bit of a silly hit there. And yes, as oh my god. Yeah, that spins also double damage. You do like a tornado move. That's fine. Ooh, stay away from that. Ooh, and stay away from those. My goodness. It would be cool to first try like an actual difficult boss at some point, but I somehow don't think that's gonna happen here. Ooh, I don't know. The last judge, we had a pretty good first attempt, or well, our first real attempt at the last judge was pretty good. But after that, we started messing up a lot more. Ouch! Ooh, this is not good. I need to heal soon. Oh, stay away from that. Trobio, where are you? Trobio seems fun. Oh no! The double hit tornado got me. I like how on edge I am when I'm fighting Trobio. I like, I mean, obviously I don't know Trobio's moves very well yet. So every time Trobio moves somewhere, I'm uncertain about what's going to happen. You know what, whatever, we'll go in with 1 health missing. That is acceptable, we can deal with that. That's just gonna make the fight more nerve-wracking. Oh yeah, Trobio's picture is here, that's cool. I wonder how Trobio would react to a bit of needle in playing. If I start the fight by playing it. Okay, you don't get trapped by it though. You don't get ensnared by my needle in playing. To grant me dialogue. Yeah, let's toss some tools at you though. Oh, stay away from those. And let's... Ouch. Probably shouldn't be sitting inside Trobio as he deals damage to me. Sorry, shouldn't assume Trobio's gender. I do feel like my pogos almost give me iframes sometimes. Which I guess is what a parry is to an extent. I don't know. It seems sometimes even when I don't parry, it like hits an attack and saves me from taking damage. Oh! Trabio, I have to say, I don't think I'm doing very well on this attempt. Do we think we should have done a practice run before the performance started? Trabio, who's playing the piano in the background? I need to avoid the tornadoes. These are just fireworks. You can just summon fireworks on command, can you? That's pretty impressive. I wonder if we'll get like a firework ability from Trabio. Unlikely. I do... Surely we must be getting... Oh, dang it. Surely we must be getting close to a grappling ability. We've seen so many of these little grappling points, but, well, I assume they're grappling points. Those little rings floating around places. But surely at some point soon, we'll actually be able to do something with them. There's been one place in the bottom right part of the map, in the... what? Not the far land, it's some other location. Far fields, that's what they are. Whoops, I almost dashed into the tornado. Yeah, there's been a thing waiting there for us for ages, and I'm very curious to know what that is. I just ended up inside all of those attacks. Not good. Well, good for Trabio. Actually, no, not good for Trabio. Trabio doesn't want me to die immediately. Trabio wants us to put on a good show, I think. Ooh! Those tornadoes seem scary, because I'm never, like, intentionally out of the way of them. Uh-oh. I just happened to do a pogo on Trabio, and that turns out to be the correct thing to do. Did I just completely neutralize that one projectile? Oh, I almost dashed into that. Hitboxes seem very forgiving in fights, though. Like, yeah, things deal a lot of damage, but hitboxes, they're quite nice to you. Yeah, I just need to make sure I'm above Trabio when the tornadoes happen, which most of the time I have been. Uh-oh. Let's toss some poison at you. Well, not so recklessly that Trabio can jump out of the way, though. Ooh, not good for me. Ooh. Ooh, I've taken 3 damage. Oh, this is not where you want to be. I can't believe I didn't get hit by that. Again, hitboxes and, like, timing windows, very forgiving in terms of when you actually can take damage. Oh, mine... well, not good. Oh, no. Oh, look at that. Trabio's animation of, like, being knocked out like that. I'm the one who's knocked out. But yeah, Trabio, like, almost got staggered there. Huh. Well, that was our best attempt so far, I think. I don't think we staggered what's her name again? Trabio? Troglodyte? No. This time I have actually remembered to jump over these enemies. Oh, well. Those 3 masks to indicate the stage are quite a distinctive sign, though. It's nice that it's so different from everything else. Because a lot of the other signs we've seen have been similar, even if they've indicated different things. Because I guess they share some sort of similarity in terms of who's running them or their function or something. But Trabio and this stage is certainly quite a unique location. Well, I guess Trabio is unique. I don't know about the location. Ouch! This is not good. I'm gonna die very soon. I don't think this is the attempt that we win on. Oh! Yep, there we go. It's kind of interesting how those, like, they pretty much started the game off with things that deal double damage. But those hits that, like, catch you and then deal 2 hits but not at once, those only started showing up, like, about halfway through. Not halfway through the game, but about, like, halfway through our playtime, I want to say. So that's been interesting. But they didn't used to be a thing, and now they're just everywhere. And, like, fundamentally, I guess they're not worse than double damage. It's that they, like, almost trick you for a moment. Where you're... You know, when you get hit and you see, oh, that didn't deal double damage, and then you realize you're still stuck. Ouch. You realize you're still stuck in it. Ouch. This is not good. You realize you're still stuck in it, and are going to end up taking 2 damage anyway. Except, of course, sometimes you can parry the second hit. Ouch. I hit that too late. Oh. Let's not start getting worse at the Trabio fight. Uh-oh. Everything's fine. Stay away from the fireworks. Where's Trabio? Trabio is already hitting me. No! Yes, maybe don't hop around in there when Trabio's tossing explosive fireworks at you. Ouch. Hornet can't run up that ledge. Hornet can run up some ledges, but not that one. Pretty fun how the dash, like, does speedily clamber up a very tiny ledge, though. Just enough to make some bits of traversal, just that tiny bit more comfortable or convenient. There we go. Let's toss poison at you. I wonder if tossing 2 of those poison attacks in quick succession is a bad idea, because, like, maybe the poison doesn't stack, so you'd want to save it until the enemy isn't poisoned anymore. I think I was doing better when I was being more careful early on. Uh-oh. No, I know I need to be above you when you do the tornado. So why is that not what I'm doing? Oh no. Thank goodness thank goodness I started healing high enough that the tornado wouldn't hit me, but then... Oh! Then I messed up anyway. At least he doesn't do the tornado move. Oh! While the explosions are going on. I'm sure that might be a next phase thing though. So we need to get used to dodging these attacks right now. So we cannot worry... Well... My plan really was to pogo on you and then end up above you, so that the tornado wouldn't hit me. But clearly Trobio had different plans. Whoops. I am glad we found a boss fight that we can actually bash our head against for a while though. The last couple boss fights were... Well... They were fun, but they were over real fast. I'm sure Trobio won't cause too much trouble. Well, I don't know, we haven't even seen the second phase yet, so... What am I saying? Oh! I don't know why. I was dodging the... not the propellers, the tornadoes. I was dodging them pretty easily earlier. But... Now all of a sudden I'm having trouble with them. Trobio! Everything's fine. I can probably just... Oh. Stay above you when you do that. I can probably just run around and try to stay close to you, even when these things are bouncing around. Oh, you start the tornado in midair, do you? Yeah, and sometimes it might be safer to, instead of pogoing, just try to jump above Trobio and float there. I think it would be fun to do a run of this game where you're not allowed to use the floating move in combat at all. Oh, dang it. I'm not in that attack, am I? I was very much in that attack. We might get to heal, but I'm not holding out too much hope for it. Oh, good. I certainly can't heal if I just run underneath Trobio and he just falls on me. That's not good. Yeah, maybe the people who complain about running low on shell shards just mean that they're... You know, like maybe they're just sitting in one boss fight. And I guess in that case, if all you're doing is fighting that boss, then yeah, you really won't be replenishing any shell shards. And then eventually, and then if you start relying on tools to fight the boss, then you'll be in trouble. Wait, did I just see that I have 500 something... that I have 500 something groceries? That's pretty good. I didn't realize we had that many. Let's try not to lose them. Assuming that that is the amount that I have, of course. But yeah, sometimes really being able to float in a fight, and in platforming sections, I suppose, it feels almost too cheap. Might be fun to try to do a run of this game where you don't do that at all. Or if it is required. Because there are those, you know, gusts of wind that you need to use it on, maybe. I don't know if you could skip them. Maybe you could. This being a Metroidvania, it might be pretty open in terms of how you can get to places. But yeah, like, you could definitely do a challenge on where you don't use the Drifter's Cloak in any other location but those gusts of wind, I'm sure. So that might be something to try. Let's heal. We want to try to stay on top of our health. Because otherwise the health will stay on top of us. At least I didn't take double damage there. Oh! Right, so when you start the firework move, you also place a firework above your head. So I need to make sure I don't get hit by that. Ooh, let's do that. You've been staggered. That's pretty cool. And I even have enough salt to heal now, should I desire to do so, which I guess I will. Just for safety, I should toss poison at you, maybe? Oh! Yeah, and these things even spurt out their smoke, or whatever they're spurting out. They shoot that out for a while, so you can really tell where they're gonna shoot. So again, very forgiving in terms of timing, even if not forgiving in terms of damage. Yeah, I guess it's just that the balance is very interesting. The cost of messing up in Silksong is way higher than it was in Hollow Knight, I feel, but it's easier to avoid messing up, perhaps, because of the extra mobility you have. I'm very lucky that I didn't get hit there. Let's run away from that. Now Trobio will be poisoned for a bit, which is perfectly okay with me. Oh, stay above you. Oh, I'll run away. Let's toss some more poison at you. Ooh, we're gonna sit here for a moment. Should be a safe-ish location. I don't want to say anything, but I'm kind of getting the hang of this fight. I will now, of course, immediately start throwing, for sure. Definitely will happen. Uh-oh. What did you just do? New phase? My things are bouncing off of everything. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. That's what happens when I say I'm getting the hang of things. I don't start throwing, but Trobio activates a new phase. Will the tornado move be different? Not really. I for some reason started fearing it, though. So I just dropped onto Trobio instead of floating around. Anyway, those should be easy to dodge. They just burst fireworks out of the ground. Oh my god, that almost fell on top of me. Stay away. Everything's fine. I could maybe even heal here. Yeah, I should even. I should do that. Never mind, I shouldn't. It froze me in place, and now I've taken more damage than I had before I started healing. Oh, this is not good. Oh, if I get hit by a double damage thing, I will die immediately. Yeah, like those things. Stay away. Just make sure you don't heal when those are likely to appear. I don't know. Don't stay in there. I almost just jumped in. Oh, we're good. Everything's fine. Oh, that almost hit me. Everything's good. Everything's good. Oh, Trabio, you are triggering a lot of attacks real fast. I can't even get a hit in to get some silk. Let's stay up here. And then we pogo. No, we don't. Now we pogo. This is not good. No, I got caught in the attack. Yeah, pogo timing is pretty precise in this game in terms of if you do it slightly too early or too late, then even if you do end up bouncing on the enemy, it kind of still gets you. You can still like end up caught by the attack even if you get the pogo bounce initiated. That's interesting. Oh, also, this checkpoint that we're near, I'm just kind of curious. Yeah, maybe after we do this, maybe after we're done with the Whispering Vaults, maybe I start going down here instead, even though this isn't where one of our main goals is. That might be interesting. Also, I'm assuming that this fight is necessary to get the, you know, to get this thing, the Vault Keeper's thing, melody, whatever it was. Even though it seems like we maybe could have gone left here, but I imagine that might have just been blocked. Anyway, hello Trabio. Give me my silk back. Let's try to get to phase something. And I guess we want to start dealing damage a bit faster. For that, we need to make sure we don't take damage ourselves, because otherwise we'll spend time and silk on healing. Yeah, let's throw a bit of poison at you. Oh, don't stay in there. That's how you take damage. I wonder if Trabio has a phase 3. I know we've just barely seen phase 2, which hasn't even been very different from phase 1. But still, I was trying to hit that, but then I didn't. Rather, I swung in the wrong direction. That's not very conducive to, well, me winning the boss fight. Oh! Trabio, nice one, nice one. Trigger fireworks. I should not have run towards you. I most definitely shouldn't have done that there. Whoa, stay away from those. Hello, Trabio. Give me some health. And by health, I, of course, mean silk. Oh, stay away from the tornado. The tornadoes are the scariest thing. Stay above Trabio, thank you. I even dashed there just in case. Oh, that was you getting hit. I thought it was me. Whatever, I'll toss some poison at you, why not? Firework move, we can deal with that. Hit those back at Trabio. Where's Trabio? Trabio's here. Trabio, get back here. Ooh! Explosion? No, well, not yet. There we go. And it's a slightly different kind of explosion from the fireworks. Oh my god, I almost just dashed into you. Well, no, I did just dash into you. We are far enough away from the tornadoes not to worry about them. Ooh, not far enough away from the fireworks. Everything's fine. Oh, I should have maybe done a dash move into you. A bounce off of you might have been beneficial there. Trabio, I don't appreciate getting caught in tornadoes. I don't know if you do. Maybe that's maybe that's a popular pastime where you're from. In the stage theater. Maybe you're all immune to fireworks. But I most certainly am not. Let's heal. Oh, this is not a good spot to heal. Oh, this is not good. I almost got hit by that tornado. Jump! Whew. Man, that little bit of dodging there got really spooky. Yeah, one like poorly placed heal can really get you. If I put on that item that lets me, you know, avoid taking damage if I'm healing, that would certainly make things easier, but that's precisely why I'm not going to put it on. That feels like cheating relying on that. I would say, dang it! Poorly timed pogo again. I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong, because we had that issue with the spike platforming earlier also, where I did get the pogo. I swear. It looks like I did. I swear you can even like see a clink or a thunk sometimes. But then, because you've timed it too late or too early, you still end up getting hit by the, you know, damage dealing part. Or maybe I'm wrong and it doesn't ever, like, actually do the pogo clink. The pogo dink. That's not how you hit Trabio. Trabio's not even close by. Oh, no. This is fine. I can just stay above never mind. I thought I could just stay above Trabio there and heal. But I didn't even heal. Honestly, I did none of that correctly. Okay, Trabio, let me into second phase again. We've seen the first phase. First phase. Sure, we'll call it that. Ooh, hello. Deal damage there, then we set above Trabio here. You dash away, but that's fine. We even have the health to just come straight at you there. I don't think that poison dart hit you. Maybe it's safer if I don't start trying to hit those projectiles. Maybe I leave hitting them as like the last resort, if there's no way to dodge them. But mostly I think it's maybe even easier if they maintain their trajectory and I don't hit them. Hello, Trabio. Can you tell me what you're gonna do? Yeah, there we go. That's right. We want to make sure. The most important thing is to, is to not be healing when the fireworks are triggered. Yeah, like that. If those had been positioned slightly differently, I would have been screwed there. So that's the sort of thing we want to avoid. Ooh, almost got hit by that. It's fine. Oh, Trabio, you're trying to jump up at me while I'm dodging your other attacks. That's a bit rude. That's a bit naughty, is it not? Ooh, that's a good hit. Ooh, stay above Trabio. Here's Trabio. Get an attack in on Trabio. I'm saying Trabio a lot. That might be because I'm fighting Trabio, and that's sort of the main thing on my mind. Oh, hello, Trabio. How many times have I said Trabio? Soon the word's gonna lose our meaning. All meaning. Not that it has much meaning right now. Oh, Trabio. Oh, Trabio. We're putting on a good show, I hope. Okay, here's phase 2. You're doing some fireworks. I still need to just sit above you. That's the same attack. The same good old tornado attack that we know and love. Hit those back at you. Well, not back at you. They can't damage Trabio, I think, anyway. Ooh, bad way to get hit by a tornado. Not that there's a particularly good way. Ooh, I just barely had enough time to heal. Yeah, healing's really risky here when those explosions start popping up every which way. Dodge those. Where's Trabio? Yeah, Trabio is very kind to just stay hidden while those explosions are going off. Then I at least don't need to deal with Trabio and Trabio's silly tornadoes. I'm sure they'll get me for calling them silly. The tornadoes. They'll be mad. Trabio! I don't know why I wasn't looking where I was going. That's generally an advisable thing to do in the middle of a boss fight. Ooh, my god, that's bad. This is bad. I was in a bad spot there. Hello, Trabio. Do a predictable move, please. Thank you, I can heal here. Okay, hit those away. Yeah, I feel like their trajectories are way easier to predict if I haven't, you know, attacked them and caused them to fly around in a weird way. I should heal sometime soon. I know I got a heal off, but that wasn't really enough to get my health to be in a good spot. Oh, speaking of my health being in a bad spot. Trabio, what now? Ooh, this is not a good time to heal, but this might be. Don't fly into me, thank you. Ooh, this is fine. We healed 3 and we took 1 damage. Oh, that's fine. You see there, like that? That was kind of necessary that I hit the projectile away from me. But overall, most of the time I think it's easier to just dodge them. Uh-oh. Okay, and right there too. Just hit them away from you like that. Watch out for the fireworks. Here's up there, Trabio. Oh, I am glad that tornado didn't fall into me. Looks like it didn't matter too much in the end. Oh, good. Oh, good. Stay away from that. I like the fireworks, not at all. Ooh. Trabio, stop. Trabio, stop. I must get some silk from you. I simply must. Oh, you're such a good silk seamstress. Or at least you know of one. You've got contacts. Oh. Ah. Oh, don't stay in the firework. And don't stay near those. Let's heal. We can heal right now. Whoo! Tornadoes, stay away. Oh, and you're dead. Doesn't look like there's going to be a phase 3. Trabio. Haughty thespian convinced that only dazzling performance can raise Farloom from the throes of death. His desire to see Farloom saved may have been well-intentioned, but he seemed quite happy for others to die upon the stage in pursuit of his goal. Interesting. Well, that was Trabio. Certainly a very fun fight. Oh, you're doing like a final performance. Sorry that I just went to read my journal, where your death was depicted. Oh my god. Your last words are Trabio, huh? Tragedian. Defeat Trabio. Claw mirror. Is that an item I can use, or is this just in my lore section? It's an item I can use. Theatrical tool of a vainglorious bug. When binding, emits a dazzling flash that damages surrounding enemies. Oh, so we can make our heal also deal damage. That's interesting. Almost sounds a bit like Spore Shroom, maybe? Yeah. I don't know how much I'll be using this, but sure seems neat. Oh, you know how Hollow Knight had charm synergies? I imagine that the tools also have synergies in this game. Oh well, I don't really care to swap out my tools. And some of them are fixed anyway, like I want my magnet and my compass on. I don't know that those are gonna get swapped out, but of course they're a different color anyway, so it's not like it's contending for this spot. So we could maybe even put on the claw mirror. It might be nice if our heal also dealt damage. But this is not a movement ability. Excuse me. Wait, hunt, find pins. What's this for? Hunt pin-wielding choirbugs of the citadel and collect fine pins. Right, they wanted that in the city that we got. Oh my god, it was like on enclave, but it's not. Conclave? No, it's a funny pun word. Spunclave? What's it called? Songclave. There we go. Yeah, so they wanted us to get pins, and I guess the enemies that have pins are all in coral chambers, which we haven't spent much time in since then. So that's sort of an issue. At least for that quest getting completed. So, since we've just done a boss fight, I assume we're not immediately going to run into another. And that, well, perhaps means that we can just go down here and get this goal without committing to doing a whole another boss fight. Is sort of what I'm hoping. Is this another suspicious elevator that will not work very well at all and will trap us in an underground area? Hopefully not. I am, of course, checking for secrets in the walls along the way. But, well, I could easily be missing some. Whoops. Oh, don't turn around. That's not my intention. Oh, this is like one of the very first elevators that actually functions the same way that Hollow Knight elevators do, where there's like a lever in the top middle and then you hit it and then that can change the direction that it goes in. That's interesting. Most of the other elevators have functioned somewhat differently. Have I got a map for this place? I do. But this is the Underworks. Wait, no, this elevator does take me to the Underworks. What? How then do I get to the Whispering Vaults? Huh. Or what? To the goal in the Whispering Vaults. Was this like completely unrelated to that? How curious. So maybe you do go left from here and that takes you there. This room is that large room with a lot of things blocked off by levers, so I don't know that I could have done much there. I'm still surprised that there wasn't a connection between our bench room and this passage here. I think I've probably missed something there. Huh, so we're in the Underworks, not the Undergrowth, or the Underbrush. I keep wanting to call it something like that. Oh, do I want to start connecting this to the Underworks? If that's what's going to be happening, I feel like I might just want to end stream, but also, well, this is Silksong. So I'm always feeling less inclined to end stream than with other games, you know? We've got walls with like these yellow dots in them again, which reminds me of Fungal Waste, although of course it's not all that similar to Fungal Waste in Hollow Knight. Some large spikes again, which yet again look very different, or well, I don't know about very different, but they look different from other spikes we've seen elsewhere. I just think it's very nice how so many locations have such different designs of spikes, whereas in Hollow Knight you just have the same kind of spike showing up everywhere pretty much. You'd have like maybe 3 different varieties of spike. I mean pogoable spike, because of course you had like the thorns and green path also that you couldn't pogo on, etc. But I specifically mean the spikes that one can pogo on. What? Where did that flint come from? Oh right, there was a lava area over here to the right of the Underworks here, which I guess apparently then might still be part of the Underworks. No, that's not true actually, because we know there's one area, like, between here that isn't Coral Chambers or the Underworks, that has a separate map. So given that currently we are in the Underworks, maybe the lava area, like, juts between here the same way that the core jutted between the Coral Chambers up here? Very interesting. Let's try to go through this room methodically though. Let's not explore the bottom parts. More of these levers. Or what? Levers. Definitely what those objects are. Don't even question me. These little ring things that I'm sure we'll be able to grapple onto at some point. Now I wonder if them being here means that we'll get that ability here. Or does it instead mean that we will be stopped from progressing this way? I could see either one being the case. Oh! I was just gonna say that I defeated the flying enemies, which might prove to be an issue to me getting up here, but never mind. You can totally make that jump, although falling into spikes like I just did. Also, did you see that? The spikes just dealt one singular hit of damage to me. What a miraculous day. When has that ever happened? A hazard in a Hollow Knight Silksong dealing just 1 hit of damage? That's unheard of, I say. Are you sure you just give me shell shards? I even did a cool freaking jump to you that I wasn't supposed to make, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, this is bad. Oh, nice, I have a hazard respawn up here. Like this bit, whatever. That bit in the top look too suspicious to not give as many attempts as I possibly could to try to get it. Well, we'll run back there real quick. Oh, I wonder if Nu will show up in the arena. Because Nu showed up for, what is it, Sister Splinter? Nu showed up in Sister Splinter's arena after we defeated them, but we haven't seen Nu anywhere else. Which is interesting. I mean, I guess we also just haven't passed through other boss arenas in the same way. And who knows if I, like, hit a trigger before New showed up there. Like maybe New only showed up in Sister Splinter's arena after I'd done the Weaver or something like that. I think that might have been the case. But in any case, regardless of the cause, what remains true is that we haven't seen New show up in boss chambers in a while. It was just that one time. And given that it wouldn't really make sense for it to be just one time that happens, I imagine that it can happen again. Let's try to defeat you in a relatively safe way. Uh-oh. Yeah, lest that happen and I lose my cocoon, which is not something we want. Ooh, dodge that. Dude, the flying enemies really just love staying far away from you, don't they? Which I guess makes sense. But oh boy, does it make them tricky to deal with sometimes. Wouldn't it be funny if I hadn't been able to do this pogo again? I guess I'll just have to remain content with the fact that we got like, what, 5 shell shards from the thing up there? I feel like I must be missing something, but maybe not. You almost hit me with that double hit there, maybe. But not quite. I like how their nail or whatever pin weapon it was clattering on the ground there. That was nice. And then it like fell on its side. Oh, is this a secret? That feels like it could be a secret. Are you sure that it isn't? Okay. I guess the game is. I'm not though. I just lost the game again. Can I go down? Yes. This is not a screen transition because the camera panned down so far. Pretty sure that's quite a reliable indicator for such a thing. We've got spikes. We've got more spikes this way, but I believe that's where we've already been. Just in case, I'll check out this direction, but that's fine. Everything's great. Something with the diagonal nail pogo is that if I want to go up a slope, that's doable. But if I want to go down a slope, I pretty much can't. I need to like turn around for each pogo as I go downwards. So if I wanted to descend this without my glide, I would have to... not do that. I would have to do something like this where I, pogo back towards the slide, or towards the slope. And then, if I pogo in the wrong direction like I did there at the end, that's going to spell trouble. We've got a long descendy bit here, which almost certainly has a hidden wall, right? Or actually, no, these are the... these look like we could make them fall. Other platforms like them, we were able to make drop down in the undergrowth, or not the undergrowth. Oh, here we go, approaching the lava area now. Curious. I don't want to go too far down. I just, again, want to explore this one screen and then we'll worry about which transition we take. Okay. Watch out for the lava situation. That should get you. There we go. I really should use my thread storm more. Oh, look at that. We're back to the, like, smoldering, almost burning lava that you can step on for a moment and then it'll actually hurt you. That's very cool. I almost feel like I found a shortcut, or like, we're opening up a path. Never mind. I was gonna say we're opening up a path to the left that we wouldn't, that you can only open up from here, but never mind. This down here was bonus. Good thing I came down here first. And yet again, my strategy of exploring a screen fully before moving on proves itself, I think. I don't know. I'm happy with the outcome. We found the secret before moving on to a different place. Yet again, those spool things rest on a platform. The spool fragments rest on a platform that reminds me of the Pale King, or I guess just worms in general. Worms with a Y. Worms. Wait, what's that? Why does it look like this can go down below still? Hold on. That's awfully suspicious. I almost want to go back to the elevator and see if we can raise it up high. Like, make it go back up. Ouch, that's not a wall I can jump on. That's okay. Because those are spikes I can pogo on. I really like the diagonal pogo. Again, I'm happy that I'm using this crest and not a different weird one. Whoa! Let's not fall into the funny spikes now, shall we? Although the issue with raising the elevator is that then I'll need to ride it back down if I spawn back at my bench. Did I find bonus, or is this a different direction to go in? Oh no, it's a different direction to go in. What does this even connect to? We should be approaching the mist soon. Yeah. Because like these, I'm almost certain are... Yeah, well these are note or markers in the bile water. Or just bile water. And then this here is where the mist was. Very interesting. We are really getting close to ramping around to places we've been previously. But yeah, this is almost 100% certainly a whole new area. No, still the underworks. Curious. I think I'll explore this way first then. Oh, do we think this connects to the Whispering Vaults and that's how we get there? I guess that's also... Oh, not out of the question. My goodness, you are a scary enemy. Just dropping down from the ceiling and dealing double damage. Although, I guess that just makes my comparison, you know, how I compared you to the Bellfly earlier, makes that even more apt because, well, Bellflies also just drop down from the ceiling and deal 2 damage. In Hollow Knight, no less, where not very many enemies deal double damage. In Silksong, of course, that's just par for the course that an enemy will deal 2 damage to you, but... wasn't quite so in Hollow Knight. Let's pogo on you and not get hit by that scary hit. I should be ready to parry though, because I believe you can avoid the second hit even if you've gotten hit by the first. What now? We've got shell shards. We already were down here. I am leaning close to ending stream soon. I think whenever I get my next bench I'll do so. Oh! Almost got hit by you. Almost wasn't prepared. Yeah. I'm trying to get you with my Silkstorm move, but that doesn't seem to have been entirely practical. That was meant to be a pogo. Oh well. Yeah, we're like going all the way to the right. Maybe this will connect us back up to the Whispering Vaults, in which case Strawberry will have been necessary. We're just taking a quick detour through a different location. Ah! Just real quick, I'll check this way. Nope. We've already gone there. Or, well, rather, we came from there. Could I get a bench anytime soon? I thought I'd quickly go in a fun direction, but perhaps not. Oh, we're going too far up. Are we? This seems like bonus. No, I'll check this top left part first, I suppose. As long as it doesn't lead to an area transition. Any secrets in the walls? That seems like something you'd drop out of up there, but perhaps not. More shell shards. What am I gonna do with all those shell shards? I guess they give you just enough that if you're actually running low, you can replenish your shell shard amount. Can I jump up into an area transition from here, or is this just for fun? I think it's just for fun, which I'm glad about. I don't need another direction to explore in this room. Okay, so I'll go left and then I'll go back to the right, because there is certainly something left to explore there. Maybe I can open up a shortcut over here? That would be neat. And I think it's quite promising. The way this keeps ascending? Yeah, look at that. It's not even a shortcut halfway through the hallway. It's like pretty much at the top. Wait, what? This is not where we entered though, is it? Is it just completely blocked off the elevator? Oh no, the lever shows up again. Well, that makes it... Oh no, it shows up again, but that's because this path isn't permanent at all. Should I have stayed in there? No. Where is all this going? I think... Well, first of all, memory locket. Secondly, stag. But I can't quite reach... well, stag, Bellway Station, Bellbeast. I can't quite reach it from here. I imagine that one of these... Yeah, there we go. Oh. And another secret path that, like, drops down a latch and then you can pogo off of that... Or a hatch. You can pogo off of the hatch and get back. Look at that Bellbeast being so cute laying down here. Aren't you cool, Bellbeast? So that's a very lovely shortcut. We don't need to worry about the elevator, and we certainly don't need to worry about being far away from a bench. But this isn't a new bench. I was hoping to find a new bench. I still need to explore that hallway on the right. I would like to reach a new bench, and then I would end the stream. Let's try to accomplish that. Oh, it looks so goofy just floating down this hallway. Oh! I just had to do that, didn't I? Oh, and now we're all the way up here. Let's not float down this way, then. Let's do a bit of a faster drop. No need to cause Hornet to look silly. Now we can drop... what? We can drop down somewhere. I think it's still down below. Yeah, here we go. Now we're in the upper right part of this room. Ish. I don't know. We're in some sort of upper part. Which should mean that we see the entrance, or rather the exit. Yeah, so here's the exit. Before we take that, let's explore the middle-y parts. I just came here because it seemed like the path we were on was leading us this way. So I figured might as well not fight it. Oh, please don't tell me this takes me to another screen transition. Oh, it doesn't. Wonderful. What are you then? Shard bundle. Right, well, at least it didn't go straight into my wallet and waste itself because I'm at the limit. And yet... oh, wait. Is this not a secret? You're telling me that's just a small random hole in the wall and not a secret I can go into? Fine. That's okay. I'd rather not get hit by you if you don't mind. I think we've explored all of this room. Do those boulders look familiar? I'm pretty sure you're the creature I fought earlier. Yes. And this platform, I think here is just to let you climb up. And then here we've already been. And now, assuming I haven't missed the secret hidden wall, I believe this room is explored. What are those things marked in the map here? Like these spikes? Have I seen them? I'm not sure that I have. Also, haven't found any cylinders for that conductor person, or vault keeper partiness. Which I would like to do. That thing bottom right, do you think that's a secret? I don't know, maybe not. Well, let's try to jump up here real quick before we get hit by that steam. I assume that, as usual, it'll be a double damage thing. Anything up here? Maybe, but I'm not feeling too inclined to investigate that much further. Okay, we can go up. Can we go down? I think we probably can. Yes. 2 directions to go. Just watch out with those ledge grabs and getting stuck on walls. That actually caused us to lose our rosaries once. So you certainly want to watch... ouch! Want to watch out. Also want to watch out for funny spikes on walls. Do I go up first or do I go down first? Maybe I go down. Let's see. Was there anything at all here? Yes. Unfortunate. You hate to see it. You want to find dead ends. Ah, yes. Downward was the bonus direction though. Glad I judged the map correctly. Hello? What is all this steam or dust? Is this steam or dust actually? Looks like steam, but I'm not quite sure. What are they blowing this around for? Ouch, I forgot about the spikes. I did say that one shouldn't forget about the spikes, but there I go, forgetting about the spikes anyway. Interesting that this vertical shaft here doesn't have any steam blowing through it. Where on earth am I going now? Here's an exit. It almost felt like a secret exit. Well, we've seen it. We will remember it. I still want to check top left. I imagine this might just be an alternate path. So we can go below or through here. Yes, that does seem to be the case. And up here... oh, there's nothing? Oh, right, it was a different passage. Oh, yeah, whatever. So this really is just something where you can go up or down. Fine by me. I will now be... well, will I go up or will I go to the right? Of course, we don't have a map for this room yet, so I don't know what this place looks like. That's fine. Next time we sit on a bench, we will fill it out with our quill. It certainly is nice that the temporary toll benches have kind of been restricted to the underworks. Although, we are currently in the underworks, so perhaps I shouldn't be too cheery about that. Are you just a lore thing? Yes. No more. The ceaseless sound of the steam? Remember silence. I don't know that you're going to be remembering silence or peace here. Our silk is regening. Have you got any more to say? If that's the point of this entire nook here, then I will try to get as much dialogue out of you as possible. Okay, I think we got the gist of it. So I think this really was just lore. Interesting. Not that we don't appreciate lore though. Wait, we don't climb up here. That means there's only one direction left to go. That of course makes things very simple. Can I go in here? No. I feel like I almost certainly missed a secret somewhere in this room, but that's fine. I also feel like I must be approaching a bench. That... Speak of the devil, here's the bench. How close are we? Oh. Well, I said I was gonna end stream right here, but since we're like right next to this item, I think we might end stream by getting this item. And then we'll end stream. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a boss fight. If it does, we can just call it, of course. No needle in effect. What are we opening here? Because I feel like Trobio was the fight that you do for this, right? So they're not gonna make us fight here. This certainly doesn't look like a boss chamber. Oh, here's another vault keeper. To learn the melody upon this cylinder will require a working listening device. This one here has long ceased to function. That last keeper still sane in the vaults above. Their chambers hold just such a machine. Nah, I can't speak. Hold just such a machine. I need only return. Objective updated. Well, that's cool. So we do have a reason to go back there. Other than just bringing normal cylinders that we find elsewhere. We sang your chains. Damned bugs. Divine silk. We prayed a cage. That's interesting. Are they talking about the rune cage or a different cage? They could have maybe been involved in the creation of the rune cages that are used to trap us. Or that have been used. I feel like surely third time's the charm and we will still get trapped in the rune cage another time. So we are now in this room and we can... Oh, hello. Right, I forgot. This is an area where you are an enemy that shows up. Ouch. At least we have a bench right next to here, so it's not really a big deal if we die here. Let's just, maybe we should just Silkstorm our way through all of you. Uh-oh. Whatever. Fine. If we need to die in a silly way right before stream ends, I suppose we can do that. Oh, although, given that I'm about to end stream, just watch. Someone will show up in chat and be like, oh, hello, hi. And I will feel real bad because I'm just about to end stream. Hold on, I got my rosaries back, right? I did say that I think I have a pretty decent amount of rosaries, so we wouldn't want to lose them. Why must I fall into you like that? Very silly maneuver. Very silly, don't... Oh, run away, run away, run away. There we go. These aren't really hard to deal with, and again, I need to just get used to parrying after I get hit by the first of such attacks. Because, I swear, you can block the next flailing attacks, even if you do get hit by the first. Ouch. Oh, good job. That's the first time I got hit by one of those light bulbs. They don't even bounce around, which makes them extra easy to avoid. Ah! Almost run into there, but you perfectly avoided me. That's not a secret wall. We just broke a random background object. Aha. I can push you to the left. Oh my goodness. There's a mite hiding in this corner. Of course there is. I thought there might be. Well, I didn't. But I might have thought. I should have thought. There we go. So now this entire path is open. That works for me. We could go straight back to that song person. But, no. I'm content. Otherwise, we'll just keep on extending the stream. No, instead I'll go sit on this bench. And then we'll have plenty of stuff open to us. We can, of course, go back there and do the thing that the quest wants of us. Wait, did I? I never did that platform. I need to remember that, but I'm sure that marker... Well, it'll maybe remind me. What is this one for? I don't know, but there's a whole direction to go up there. And yes, next time, of course, we could go explore more of the underworks. It seems like we have a path open there. As far as I could tell, anyway. We have a nice little shortcut to the Grand Bellway here. It connects to a lot of places at this point. And we could go from the coral chambers to whatever thing required that white key. The surgical white key. That might still connect it. No, it doesn't connect to the underworks. I mean, it might, you know, transitively connect to the underworks, but there's definitely an area between here because we saw that we didn't have a map there. And then, of course, we could go after these little quest markers also. The other melodies and things. Very interesting. Well, that's all for next time. And I'm also surprised that we didn't connect to the mist here. It really seemed like we'd, you know, just waltz in there any second. But that has not happened yet. So that's also interesting. But yeah, that's gonna be it for stream today. I wonder, has Board gone live with Silksong? Is Board playing Silksong? Oops, that's me, that's not Board. I wonder if Board has found a chance to stream more Silksong today. No. Oh, but Schnee is playing Silksong. Oh, but I only have one person watching. I don't know that rating matters. Also, I'm afraid of spoilers, maybe? I don't know, but I did rate Board. And I don't think... I imagine Schnee has less playtime than I do. Hold on, can I just, like, check that real quick? If they have less... if she has less playtime than I do. 0 hours out of 0 hours. Okay, well, in that case, that's a perfect chance to raid. Even though we do have one viewer, which might be me. I'm not sure. Hold on. I think that might just be me, actually. No one's saying anything in chat. Okay, in that case, I don't think we will raid. Never mind. 2 viewers. Don't tell me people are going to show up right as I'm about to end stream. That always happens to me. You know what? Whatever. We'll do a raid. And things will go how they go. How does one type Schnee? 729. Let's start a raid. And if it is only me in the raid, then so be it. Sometimes things just go like that. But yeah, thank you all for watching. This was very fun. I'm glad to continue more Silksong. Hopefully I can manage to keep this daily thing up, but that might not be the case every time. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow, but if not, then very soon. Goodbye.